It's a Sebon Podcast Show. It's a Sebon Podcast Show. Everybody's welcome. Peace and love. It's a Sebon Podcast Show. Bam, we're live.
7 minutes early. I don't think I've ever done that before. Mike McCaskey, what's up? Troy Martin, what's up? Aaron Fraser, Kenneth DeLapp, The Real Kevin, Ernie Garza. I got through all the names. I've never done that either. Good morning, guys. Good to see you guys. Always good to be a little early. What a show last night. What a show last night. Holy cow. Holy cow. My favorite part was on the way home from Greg's. I listened to CNN the entire ride home, and I was just curious what their take was going to be on it. And wow, they were ruthless. They were ruthless towards Biden. I didn't hear them talk about Trump once. Kenneth, what's up? Marco Calderon, Brea Wilson. Hi, good morning. Olivia, hi. Michelle, hey. Yo, Zach, yo. I gotta play this one clip from CNN last night. I heard this on the radio, and but they actually have video of it. And this question is absolutely wild. You guys ready for this? I have to play it in 7-second segments so it doesn't I don't get dinged. But check this out. Basically, he's gonna ask Kamala Harris something crazy. Ready? This is with Anderson Cooper on CNN. Ready? I mean, all his questions were just like digging straight into Joe. Here we go.
And just
Joe
finally,
Biden was very clear.
I know we have to go.
He signed back into law the protections of Roe v. Wade.
Okay. Good luck.
The person we
These are
saw
big
tonight,
issues,
the president we saw
substantive
tonight on that
issues.
stage, is that how he is every day?
The president we saw today, the president that we saw on stage, is that the president we see every day in the White House? Wow. And then they hammered that home. That's been the theme over and over on CNN. Basically, who has been running the country? And if you've ever been on any executive team or like any high level, the group of people who are running an operation, and there's one person sitting at top, there's an element of Game of Thrones to everything. Basically, everyone's trying to manipulate the guy who has all the power to be on their side. And you have to imagine that the Game of Thrones in the White House is the most savage ever. That the shit people are seeing there and the level of manipulation is crazy. Vindicate, VNDK8. Get your CEO shirts there. VNDK8.com. Kill Taylor shirts are selling wildly fast. That made me happy to hear that. People saying that they set Biden up to fail to get a replacement in, and those are the type of people who you want running the country. Fucking clowns. Okay, so that's a big theory that's going around. Big meaning popular. Everyone's saying it, that basically the Dems that are pulling the strings purposely put Joe up there to fail so that at the convention, Democratic convention coming up here soon, they could get someone new in. Okay, here's the thing though. And I'm totally open to that theory, and quite possible, of course, et cetera, et cetera. But remember, this is the same party that wants to legalize children being able to make the decision without their parents to chop off their own genitalia. You think of all the crazy shit they want to do. They want to completely normalize trannies reading to kids is part of the curriculum. They're confused about all the drug addicts and stealing. They want to make it okay to steal if you have certain skin color or you fit a certain demographic. I mean, these people are absolutely batshit crazy. And so I hear you. I mean, sure. But on the other hand, it's like, I mean, they are dumb. Capital D. Yeah. Biden was incredible last night. Yeah, it was. I don't mind. What's crazy too is I would give him so much leeway. I realized that when he stutters or like mixes his words up, I just infer what I thought he was going to say. It's like talking to a 2-year-old, right? But the moments where it just completely comes off the rail and like he just completely loses his train of thought and it just goes into like no man land. Wow. I at that point you just were just watching him short circuit. Sevon, you're stuck on a handful of far left issues. The whole party isn't that way. Craig, of course the whole party's not that way. I was in a discussion with my dad the other day, and I told my dad, hey, do you know in the city of San Francisco, they've allocated $5 million to have medical professionals, nurses and doctors serve alcohol to what they call homeless people, but they're drug addicts. And my dad said to me, hey, are you batshit crazy? Will you believe anything? That is completely absurd. What is your source on that? And I said, CNN, the San Francisco Examiner, and the San Francisco Chronicle. And when I said that to my dad, I just made that up. I didn't even know what my source was. And so while we're sitting there with my uber crazy liberal stepmom and crazy liberal dad, we all started looking on our phones. And I was correct. It was in the Examiner and the Chronicle and CNN. But it was worse than that. They had commandeered a hotel in the Tenderloin to do it, and it only served 20 people. So it was it's a $5 million project they have in the city of San Francisco that serves alcohol to 20 people. And so for you to say, Sevon, you're stuck on a handful of far left issues, the whole party's in that way, that means nothing. That doesn't matter. That's like saying, hey, we don't have to stop Hitler because most Germans don't want to kill the Jews. I truly believe that most Germans did not want to fucking throw Jews in the oven. What you're saying, I hear you, Craig. I'm not trying to ass pound you. You're just incidentally taking some cock in the ass. But that says nothing to me. That doesn't even matter. That doesn't even matter at this point. The law used to be if we caught you breaking into the country, we caught you and released you back on the side you were from and gave you a court date. I mean, that's you don't even deserve a court date, to be honest. But now it's we catch you and we release you into the country. And you're saying that's not how most Democrats want to be. Who cares? They're voting that way. It doesn't. What you're saying means nothing. Says nothing. Unless you were trying to say nothing. I'm making the presupposition that you're trying to make some sort of point. But I don't. But I'm. Your point is completely going over my head. If you are, and I apologize. But the way I'm reading what you're saying is you said absolutely nothing. It's completely irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. I don't believe parties run the USA. It's run by 0.005 of the wealthiest in the world in big business. Once again, who cares? Who cares? What what's your point? Who gives a fuck? I'd rather have Jeff Bezos spend the fucking money. I'd rather buy stuff on Amazon and give my money to Jeff Bezos than fucking give it to someone who's starting a fucking drug program that hands out free drugs in the Tenderloin. What's up, dude?
What's up, bro?
You the man.
I see you're getting right into it this morning.
Did you watch what was that?
That was my dog. She was on the table.
Oh, I thought it was like you had I thought like you had like some sort of puppet on your hand. I caught you masturbating with a puppet on your hand.
No, there's a lot of windows right here, and the sun comes in, and my dog likes laying on the table in the sun.
That would be some kinky shit.
But yeah, I did watch part of the debate. I only caught part of it though, because me and my boys were getting wings at a place in Newcastle called the Berg Bar, and then so we missed the first like 20 minutes of it or so, and I was watching it on YouTube on the way home.
It was wild, dude. And I clicked over to CNN after the debate, and I listened to it the whole drive home from my buddy's house, and even they were tearing Joe up.
Really?
Oh my God, dude! They were like, "Who's running
surprising.
the country?" I was blown away. Yeah.
Surprising, but yeah, the parts of it I saw, Man, it sounds like Joe Biden has to put in an extreme amount of effort just to speak.
Do you think it was a setup? People are the common thing is that they purposely knew he was going to shit the bed so that when the Democratic convention occurred, that they could swap him out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't read that far into the conspiracies, but the dude sounded like a fucking idiot. And like I said, it sounded like he has to put in an extreme amount of effort just to speak. Like every sentence and everything that he's saying, it seems like he's struggling to get it out. And he has to think very, very hard just about what he's going to say next, the next word and the next word. Like he can't form a sentence together. He thinks word by word.
Yeah. And if you're a leader in another country, I 100% agree with Trump that we need a really strong leader and someone who's going to fucking put their foot down. And I don't think he's the guy. And I do think he's probably the laughingstock of the world right now.
Oh, he is the laughingstock of the world. You hear people talking about it all the time.
Hey,
that's any surprise.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Hey, when someone cuts their nails, do their fingernails bug you? Like if you see fingernails like on the table or something, or like does it gross you out?
No, I don't look at people's fingernails.
Yeah, it doesn't bug me either. But I feel like that's a common theme. Like if I see someone cutting their toenails or cutting their fingernails, there's always one person that's always like, "Ooh, that's disgusting." And the other day, one of my buddies who's like way into anal, like he can't, and I think anal is disgusting. He's way into anal. He loves it. I hear him talk about it once or twice a month, and but yet he's disgusted by someone cutting their fingernails. And I'm like, dude, you put your dick in people's poopers.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
But you're freaked out by fingernail cuttings. And I'm like, dude, we all got fingernails.
Yeah, mine's not quite that extreme, but people tell me all the time, like whenever I say something's nasty, they'll be like, bro, you roll around the mat with sweaty men for hours upon hours in a day.
Yeah.
About X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, okay, you make a fair point, but
I like Dalton's backsplash. Yeah, it is nice. Are you at home?
No, I'm actually at Gina's parents. It's not Mad Backsplash, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Look at you. I thought the guy that you were going against, Norbert Navini, I seriously thought he was the next Conor McGregor. I watched his 5 fights and I was like, oh fuck, this guy has it all. Like he's explosive, he's young, he's got the karate stance, he's got the wrestling lineage from fucking God knows. You know what I mean? His dad's an absolute stud. His dad was is the most winningest world champion in the history of all combat sports. Had more titles and world championships in combat sports than any other man who's ever walked the planet. He's surrounded himself. He's crazy confident, right? I mean, that's his fucking.
You gotta be in the sport. You know what I mean? If you're not gonna fucking win. Period.
And you went in there and the two things that just screamed at me, Dalton, were how ridiculously what appeared to be strong you are. I mean, ridiculous. The guy would get on your back and you would just stand up, and then your timing was nuts. It's like you cracked the code on that karate style. It's like you cracked Venom Page's code just right before our eyes. Like, hey, dude, if you see that fucking lunging, pseudo Superman punch come in, like that paw punch flying in, you just kept going underneath it and just ragdolling this fucking kid. I was like, holy shit, I got to ask him about, because now he's going to fight Norbert's mentor is now going to fight this tomorrow night.
Yeah, Ian Gary.
Yeah, is going to fight and I think Norbert's faster than Venom Page.
You think so?
I do. I mean, you know better. You would know better than me. And I think he's more confident than Page, Michael Venom Page. I mean, I think Michael Venom Page is confident, but I was watching the press conference, and man, I think Ian Gary is in his head a little bit.
Yeah, maybe, but I mean, MVP is a confident individual too, and he's very fast. I don't think Norbert was faster.
You don't?
MVP? No, I don't think so.
Because of the size, you think just that weight class is just generally that they're just moving less mass and they're a little quicker?
Yeah, sometimes, but I'm faster than a lot of the 170-pounders that I train with at the gym too. So sometimes there's outliers, and I don't know. I'd have to fight both of them to see. But he was more explosive than he was fast. You know what I mean? And he covered distance well. That's what it was for me. He didn't seem that fast. And I know there wasn't a lot of boxing in that fight or anything like that, but I feel like I watching the fight back and thinking about the fight right after, and even during the fight, probably could have boxed a little bit more. You know what I mean? I felt faster. My hands were quicker than his were, and I probably could have boxed a little bit more. But anytime like he jumped at me, like he lunged at me, like you're talking about with the 1-2, he covered so much distance that like even if I wasn't trying to like wrestle, if I ducked, like, you know, you call it slipping, rolling, and ducking and boxing. Like whenever you're not doing a roll, you're doing a slip, sometimes you just go straight down. So I was going under the punch, and even if I did want to counter, our bodies are colliding because he's covering so much distance. So even if the intention wasn't to wrestle, he's landing on my shoulder, and then it kind of ends up like that. And yeah, so I don't know. With MVP, it's a little bit different. He covers distance well too, but the way he strikes and ties things together is a little bit different.
Jessica Valenzuela, Dalton is pretty. I think she's a cop. She has handcuffs. Careful. Olivia, he sure is, Jessica. Jesus, everyone settle down. Jesus Christ. Luke Parker vibes. Jeez Louise.
Who the hell's Luke Parker?
Luke Parker is a CrossFitter who's just stunning. He was on The Bachelor.
Uh-huh.
God, I love your computer. That's so cool how it does that.
Yeah, I don't know why it does it. Sometimes it bothers me.
Oh, I like it. It changes perspective. Here, look, Bria Wilson. Dalton is the love child of Luke Parker and Dallin Pepper. Oh, two dudes. Two dudes made him, huh? Those are both really good guys, by the way. They're both great CrossFitters and great men, and beautiful men. Did you, when you go into that fight, can you tell me what the plan is now? What the plan was now? Was that the plan, just to go under and just toss them up?
No. The game plan was back them up to the cage, which we did during the fight a lot, and then just open up like my boxing, you know. But
how would you do that if you not clinch him, but just back him up to the cage so he can't do that running?
Yeah, and a couple times that we were there and he was like circling away from me, and then I could have cut the cage off a little bit faster, and I did cut the cage off, and he's sitting there, and the next thing you know, I fucking wrestle. But I mean, sometimes it happens like that. I mean, it is what it is. What I did worked out. You know, if we fought again, you know, we'd probably go with a different game plan than just boxing. We'd probably mix it up more. I don't fucking know. We could fucking go in there and do the same fucking thing. Who knows? I don't know. But the game plan was to just box, really, essentially, in the open, against the cage, everywhere. We felt like I was the better striker, and I still, like, after the fight, I felt like I was too. But the wrestling exchange just seemed so easy, and they were just coming to me. So, you know what I mean? So that's the route we went, you know, path of least resistance. And even though I was a better striker, he's a good striker himself. He's explosive, like you said, fast. He has power. So why essentially play to his strength when, you know, I have a clear advantage somewhere else?
You made it look easy, wrestling him, grabbing him, and throwing him to the ground. Was it easy?
It did feel easy. I'm not gonna lie, and to be honest with you, I wasn't using all of my strength. Like, I know they were talking about how strong I looked and all this other shit during the fight, but believe it or not, when I was in on double legs on him, I wasn't squeezing at all. You know what I mean? I don't know if he felt it or not, but I wasn't squeezing because I was trying to conserve energy, and I didn't want to put all my eggs into one basket and use all my energy for a takedown and then not get it at the end of the day. So I was trying to, when I was in those positions where I'm holding him against the cage and he's defending, I'm trying to cause him to use a little bit more energy than I was. You know what I mean? So I could have used more strength. I feel like if I used 100% of my strength, I mean, I think it's a landslide, but there's risk with that. You know what I mean? If he gets out, turns into a scramble, and then you're exhausted, like I was in the third round, you know, in the first and the second round, then different story. You know what I mean? So I was probably using about 50% of my strength, and I still felt like there was a huge gap.
Did you get through the first two rounds, and do you think you've won the first two rounds? And does your corner tell you that?
Oh, I mean, after each round, they told me that I won. They told me I won the first round easy. They told me I won the second round. They're like, you're up 2-0. But I even told one of them in the round, I said, I don't care if I'm winning the rounds. I want to finish the fight. And, that was my game plan. And I wanted to go in there and either get a submission victory or a TKO, knockout, whatever it ended up being. But it didn't turn out that way. You know what I mean? I could have pulled the trigger more. I feel like I had him hurt in the second round. I may have, I may not have. It might have just been in my head looking back on it and during the fight when I felt it. But I didn't pull the trigger. I told myself I was trying to be more mature. But, I feel like I'm still making a little bit of mental mistakes in there more than I'm making physical. I mean, I'm making physical and technical errors, but I feel also making mental mistakes. And, I felt like that's what happened in the third round.
What's the distinction between a physical error and a mental error?
A lot of the time, a physical error is the like a technical mistake, something you're physically doing, But mental errors is just the way you're thinking about things, the way you're approaching doing a technique, or the way you're approaching putting a combination together and stuff like that. And that's why at the end of the fight, where I said I gotta step it up with a performance like that. I had all the tools to go in there and dominate that fight and make it look easy, and I did the first 2 rounds. But I could have made it even look more dominant the first 2 rounds. I probably could have got him out there, could have got him out of there earlier. You know what I mean? If I would have just been all right upstairs, if I would have been making the right decisions upstairs. And I wasn't. So it ended up going to the scorecards. I ended up winning, but it was an ugly third round. You know what I mean? I got exhausted in the third round. And there's 2 sides to that coin. You know what I mean? It's like people in the future, they're going to cardio and conditioning is something you can fix. You know what I mean? It's a hole that you can fill. But people are gonna probably in the future try to take me there. They're gonna be like, okay, this guy beats everybody when he's fresh, and I don't think there's a person on the planet that can beat me whenever I'm fresh. In the first round, I don't think there's anybody on the planet, period, that can beat me. But a fight's 3 rounds, and whenever you start fighting title fights, it's 5 rounds. Obviously, second round I felt great too, but third round, I got exhausted for whatever reason. I'm not sitting here making excuses or going to speculate why. A lot of people will be like, oh, it was my weight cut. It was the time change. I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean?
How about just all that extra muscle you carry?
That's a possibility too. So,
that's the common thought, right? You have all that extra muscle, not extra. You have all that muscle. It's not that it's extra. You have all that muscle, and it consumes a lot of oxygen to keep all that going, all that strength going.
That is true. But if you look at my fight with Romero Cotton, I fought at a higher pace than I fought that fight. Now, the difference this fight is I wrestled very, very hard. You know what I mean? And like I said, I wasn't squeezing in those clinches and everything because I was trying to conserve energy. You're still using the energy no matter what. It's just the rate at which you're using it. So even though I'm conserving energy, I'm still using it by putting myself in those wrestling positions, carrying his weight, lifting him, squeezing my muscles, even if it's not hard, holding him against the cage, driving my legs into him. And at the end of the day, the way I fought was different. Against Romero Cotton, I had a boxing heavy approach, and I was boxing at a very high pace. I probably threw 300 punches in that fight, close to it. You know what I mean? 250 punches. You don't see anybody at 185 pounds throw that much volume, but I did. And I was throwing big punches. I was landing big punches and I was missing big punches. And when you miss big punches, it makes you tired. You know what I mean? And you go back and watch that fight, and for 3 rounds, I put it on him. You know what I mean? No breaks. So I'm capable of doing that. I just got to fine tune it and get back to that. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It could be a variety of things. And like I said, I'm not here to analyze it or make excuses. So I'm not going to. So I'm just going to go back to the gym and try to figure it out. And if I have to lose a few pounds of muscle, I will. I'll get on my road work, start jogging more. And, that necessarily doesn't help your gas tank at all for fighting because it's different energy sources, but maybe it'll help me lose a little bit of muscle over a longer period of time and change my body a little bit, so then it doesn't take as much energy.
At the end of the fight, when you gave your talk, you were really hard on yourself. Is that sincere? How hard you are on yourself in your post-fight interview?
Yeah, man. I be honest with you, that's not. You don't want to end the fight like that. Even if I won, I don't want to, end the fight like that. I want to end the fight strong. And it's still, even the first 2 rounds, even though I won them clearly and I dominated the first round, I felt like I could have got him out of there. And, at the end of the day, I hold myself to a certain standard, and I felt like I didn't live up to that standard. You know what I mean? And it's like, you even take the third round out of it. I feel like I didn't live up to my standard in the first 2 rounds. And then you add the third round in, and I feel like I really didn't live up to my standard. You know what I mean? And I didn't finish the fight strong. I made mistakes. I got tired. I got put in those positions because I was tired. And it's like, people will be like, oh yeah, but like I just told you, when I'm fresh, nobody can compete with me. The fight wasn't even close whenever I was fresh, when I wasn't tired. But the thing is I did get tired. So it's like, that doesn't make me feel good. You know what I mean? It makes me think okay, I really got to fucking work on this. I got to fix this. You know what I mean? And I do. I got to figure it out. I got to get back to the point where I was putting that pace on Romero Cotton, and I did for 3 rounds straight, and I wasn't tired. You know what I mean? And I need to get back to that every single fight. And I think that's really mentality.
How bad was it in the third round? Your gas tank? Is that just the worst feeling that you could possibly be? You're in there with a guy who's fighting, and you just have no energy to fight back.
It's not that I didn't have energy to fight back, but yeah, it is a shitty feeling whenever you're in there with somebody who's Norbert's a very good fighter. You know what I mean? He was 7-0 for a reason, and even though I was the better fighter, like I said, whenever you get tired, shit changes. You know what I mean? And now the playing field's evened, and it ended up tilting in his favor. Whenever I got tired, and you're tired and you still have 5 minutes of it left, 4 minutes left, 3.5 minutes, whatever.
Did you know when you got off the stool in the third round that you were in trouble?
No,
you didn't know.
No, I still felt okay. You know what I mean? I felt like my muscles were starting to get really heavy, my shoulders, but my lungs felt good, and I still felt fine. I still felt fine. It was so I think what started it all, I watched the fight back a little bit. HBO Max took it off, so I didn't get to watch it too many. I only got to watch it once, and I skimmed through it. I threw a lazy high kick so I'm going to tell you mentally where I was at. The beginning of that round, I didn't think that cardio was an issue. I seen that he was starting to gas a little bit in the second round, and there was a point in the second round, and as I looked at him, and it looked like he was about to quit. You know what I mean? But I didn't capitalize off that. And then the third round, I was like, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to put him away. So I'm walking him down, and I could tell he's still a little either tired or scared, one of the two. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to fucking throw something big. If it fucking lands, it's going to put him out. You know what I mean? And I threw a fucking high kick, and it was lazy. I stepped really hard forward whenever I did it. So I kind of telegraphed it. And then whenever I stepped hard and I threw it, I kind of slipped. I went under myself, And then that's where everything started to go bad. I don't know. That was 45 seconds into the round or something. He jumped on top of me. I scrambled out. We got back to our feet. He landed a big elbow. That elbow didn't hurt me, but it was a good shot. And he knew it was a good shot because he started trying to pour it on. I covered up, and then I shot on him. Whenever I got out, again, we were up against the cage at this point. He landed another elbow, but this one was to the back of the head. And this is where, I was watching, one of my interviews on YouTube, post-fight press conference, and I see in the comments, people try to, let me word this the right way, because people try to, overanalyze things, and they try to translate things however they choose to, thinking there's some ulterior meaning to it, or sometimes they just take things too literally. So when I was talking in this post-fight press conference, I talked about the illegal elbow to the back of the head. There was 2 of them. This is the first one where it buzzed me. In the post-fight interview, I said that it hurt me. And they're like, oh yeah, you looked tired. I said it wasn't so much being exhausted right there as it was that I was hurt. And when I say hurt, buzzed, my equilibrium was still under me. My legs were still under me. You didn't see me wobbled, walking around all crazy like you see people in UFC when they get hurt, or other fights, boxing, whatever. Wasn't blacked out, wasn't seeing stars. I got hit in the back of the head. It was an illegal shot right back here, and it buzzed me. It was one of those ones where it's I'm not wobbled, I'm not stunned, but it was a good shot. I'm like, okay, this hurt me. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta like defend myself. I gotta fucking figure this shit out. So that's whenever I shot on him again. And then when we scrambled out of that time again, we were in the middle, and he landed whenever I started peeling away, and started turning towards him. He landed another elbow on the back of my head. You go back and watch them. Both of them are clean to the back of the head. And I don't think they were intentional. You know what I mean? We're really close
Right.
to each other, and we're in the clinch, and I'm trying to break away, and my head's turned one way, and he's trying to land a shot. You know, it's not like he's like, oh, back of the head, and he's targeting there. I'm not saying that it was on purpose. I don't think he would do that intentionally. And I also not relying on the ref to see that, because the ref doesn't. There's a lot to see during this fight. You know what I mean? So I'm not looking for that too. And at this point, like, he lands that one, and I catch myself on one hand, and I shoot on him again, because I'm like, okay, that's the second one to the back of the head. And I felt that one buzz me a little bit again too. You know what I mean? So at this point, I'm a little buzzed. I'm not fucking hurt like that, since people like to take everything too literally or overanalyze statements. I was buzzed, and I was worried about surviving at this point, because I was a combination of buzzed and exhausted. And I know the ref, he gives us these little speeches beforehand. If you're not defending yourself intelligently, I'm going to stop the fight. I'm going to step in. I'm going to give you a chance, but I'm going to step in, blah, blah, blah. So all this stuff's going through my head while he's putting this like barrage of punches and stuff on me in the fight. And I also said, I was like, yeah, I don't remember that like 15 seconds. And it's not that I like blacked out and I didn't remember the 15 seconds. I don't remember what he was throwing at me for 15 seconds, because I was worried about surviving and worried about fucking getting through that barrage and getting through the fucking fight. You know what I mean? Because I know it's the third round. I know I won the first two. I know I'm in a bad position. I know I can survive it, but it's about whether the ref is going to step in or not. So I've got to try and figure out ways to survive to where the ref won't step in until I can get my wits back about me, until I can get my gas back, and then I can get back up to our feet. And then you watch the rest of the fight. He stood up. The ref stood us up. I shot again. I pulled guard again, and it gave me a little bit more time to recover my lungs and everything else. And then he stood us up again. And then at that point, that's whenever I was like, okay, I'm recovered enough. So I started throwing shots and shit again, and had him run away from me, landed the takedown, had him backing up the rest of the rounds, and so on and so forth. But yeah, it was like, it was a combination. I was exhausted, and then I was a little buzzed, and then I was exhausted again. And those points in the fight, when you're exhausted like that, and then somebody lands a good shot on you, even if it's not a fight-ending shot, you know, it already looks bad because you're exhausted. Then you get hit with that. It looks like a good shot in the eyes of the ref and the eyes of the judges and everything. And then you're going through your head like, fuck, this ref isn't going to step in, is he? Because I'm good. I'm good to go.
Yeah. Hey, do you have any advice for Ian Gary now that you fought? Do you think that Norbert and Michael Venom Page have similar styles?
Yeah, I mean, Norbert learns his style from MVP. You know what I mean? Or I mean that Jim Lennon shoot fighters, they're all like that, but they're still different.
Do you have any thoughts about that fight, or what are your thoughts about that fight? Him and Ian fighting each other?
No, man, MVP's good. It just depends on like how you can't go into that fight with the wrong mentality. You know what I mean? It's
you never let Norbert get into any of his showboating. Like, you just immediately closed the distance, and it was on. You know what I mean? He didn't get to do any, like Kevin Holland, like I thought Kevin Holland tried to figure out Michael Venom Page, and within 30 seconds, Michael Venom Page was in the zone, and there was no stopping him. And you never let Norbert get all, you know what I mean? Like, you never let him get to his musical beat. You just stopped that right away.
Yeah, he was stressed out the entire time. You know what I mean? He realized that he was in for a fight.
Yeah.
He was losing the first two rounds, and it's like he
didn't look like he was having fun. He wasn't at a dance party like Michael Venom Page goes to. Yeah, did not look like he was having fun.
No, he wasn't having fun. But I mean, he might have been having fun. Honestly, bro, those fights are fun to me. You know what I mean? It's fun when you win. It's fun when you get the big knockouts. But it's also fun, like, you find out a lot about yourself in those fights like that.
And we know Ian's not going to take Michael Venom Page down. He doesn't have that tool, right?
I think if he calf kicks Michael Venom Page like he did, or like he did against, who'd he fight? Jeff Neal? Not Jeff Neal.
He did fight Jeff Neal though.
Yeah. The last fight that he got, he didn't stop the guy. Ended up going to decision. Was it Jeff Neal?
Let me see. Ian Gary.
Yeah, pull up his Tapology if you can.
Let's see.
He was very heavy on the leg, the calf kicks in one fight and hurt the guy, and he put him down multiple times, but it didn't finish the fight. It ended up going to decision. But if he fights MVP like that, he's gonna lose. He's gonna get knocked out.
Jeff Neal. Vincent Luque. That was canceled.
Neil Magny.
Neil Magny. Okay.
Neil Magny. Yep. That one. That's the one where you hurt him with a bunch of calf kicks, and then didn't finish the fight though. But he ended up winning by decision, but he could have finished him at any time.
And look at against Daniel Rodriguez. Daniel Rodriguez is a great striker.
Yeah, Daniel Rodriguez that's the RoboCop dude, right?
He's the Mexican dude, completely covered in tats. He just fought Kevin Gastelum.
Oh yeah, no, it's not the same guy I'm thinking of. But yeah, he's a good fighter too. No, Ian Gary's a great fighter, man. But if he goes in there and fights the way he fought Neil Magny, I think Michael Venom Page is going to pick him apart. Michael, that karate style, that bouncing back and forth, that bladed stance, it looks like they're really susceptible to a leg kick or to a calf kick, which they are. But if they get really good at time, they know that they're susceptible. So they build weapons in defense to that. It's like, okay, I know this guy's going to come out and try to calf kick me. So I'm going to really drill this into my head. Anytime I see somebody go for a calf kick, I'm going to launch a right hand. And those guys are quick. You know what I mean? So you can put a right hand in your face faster than somebody else could. So I think if he goes out there, tries calf kicking him, he's going to eat a lot of right hands and get finished, But if he goes out there and boxes, I think if you have a heavy boxing style, I think boxing style nullifies a lot of that shit. But if you're going out there throwing a lot of kicks, you're going to get countered a lot. And then you let them stay at your range because your kicks have to be set up with your hands, so then you have to cover distance with your hands and then you kick. But I think if you just box, in my opinion, since he's not a wrestler, I think you're better off. Look, MVP lost to Mike Perry in a bare knuckle fight. The reason is because it's a boxing match, because it's a boxing match with bare knuckles. If you add kicks to that, Mike Perry probably tries to throw some kicks and he probably gets knocked out.
Hey, when I think of you, I think of you have tools. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think of who else has a good example. Would be like Volkanovski. Volkanovski can stand up or he can go to the ground. Or a young Gilbert Burns or a young Kamaru Usman or a young not Tiger Woods, Tyrone Woodley. Like when they were younger, they would do it all, right? Now you see Gilbert even standing up more and Kamaru standing up more. I even heard Gilbert being interviewed like, yeah, you go down, you don't want to wrestle as much as you get older. But I don't think of Ian Gary as having tools or Michael Venom Page as having tools, like a variety of tools. I figure that it's almost like, hey, the fight's already been written because their styles they're so cemented in their styles. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Ian Gary can change what he's going to do. I think he's just I'm not saying in a bad way. I mean, look at the style bender. I don't think he changes what he does too much either. I mean, they change pacing maybe, you know what I mean? Like Derek Lewis, that was his big thing, right? Like his thing is you would see him change pacing. Some fights he'd come out hard, some fights he'd wait till the third round, right?
Yeah.
But I don't ever feel like their styles change that much at all, or they can dip into other tools.
Yeah,
maybe that's a little unfair of Derek. Lately, he's been taking a couple people down, but for the most part,
Yeah, Derek Lewis is funny, man. But I wouldn't be surprised if Ian Gary came out and wrestled.
Wow. Just to, like, as a fuck you.
Yeah, but maybe he realizes maybe he has some wrestling that we don't know about. He probably trains it, you know what I mean? It's probably better than Michael Venom Page because Michael Venom Page can't wrestle at all. And maybe he goes out there and he realizes the striking battle isn't what he thought it was going to be, and then he just wrestles. I think
and he trains with Charles Oliveira, I think, who is great on the ground, right?
Yeah, and Charles Oliveira has some great takedowns and stuff too. He's not a wrestler, but he has good MMA wrestling. You know what I mean? The two are different. Regular wrestling and MMA wrestling completely different. But yeah, Charles Oliveira has good MMA wrestling, and if he's training with Ian Gary, maybe they're working on some of that. I don't know. But you can only learn so much during a fight camp. You know what I mean? 10, 12 weeks, whatever it ends up being. You can only develop so much, and it depends on how quick of a learner you are.
Who wins that fight between Ian and Michael Venom Page?
I say Ian Gary.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Will you watch it?
Hell yeah, I'm gonna watch it, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it could be a main card fight for sure. It could be main event.
Is it on the main card? I think it's on the main card.
It is on the main card, yeah, but it could also be the main event. Like I'd pay to watch it, me personally.
For sure. But sometimes these cards, they already have like a main event like put in place.
Right.
And it might not be the most exciting one. And it's just contracted that way. And then they bring in guys like this, you know what I mean, to add more to the card where people want to buy it. Because the headliner might not be what like people thought it was, you know what I mean? But I mean, we got Alex Pereira versus
Yuri.
Yeah. So we got a banger for the main event as well. And it was supposed to be Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler. So they were really trying to beef this card up. It seems like.
Who wins between Trump and Biden?
I hope Donald Trump, man. Did you watch that last night? Did you watch the full thing, or you?
I watched the full thing. I watched the full thing, and then I watched like 2 hours of analysis, and then I came home and watched clips. I wanted to really see how the liberal media was going to handle it, and I didn't hear one person stand up for Biden, not one.
Yeah, I think it's pretty evident that he's not fit for office.
Yeah,
like he wasn't in the first place, but I think it's undeniable now. I think even the people that were supporters of him, the people that hate Trump and they only voted for him because they hate Trump, I think there's no like denying it at this point. Like, okay, this guy shouldn't be in office. Like, this is the type of guy where if you see him out, you could have a conversation with him, and whatever you said 2 minutes ago, he completely forgets, and you have to repeat it again. You know what I mean? And that's who you have running the country. This is a guy that you wouldn't even give a normal job if he went for an interview at any company.
Gas station attendant. Can't do it.
They're gonna fucking interview him, and they're gonna be like, we can't have this guy here. You know what I mean? He's not fit for the job.
That's a really good point. He can't run the cash register at McDonald's.
Yeah. So how are they gonna have him run the fucking country?
And he's our commander in chief, sending boys to war.
Yeah, well, that explains a lot, right? Fucking, they were talking about the fucking Hamas shit and Palestine, Israel. I don't know too much about that, so I don't like to get into it. I don't like speaking on the things that I don't know, that I'm not versed in. But they were talking about how they're still hostages and what his plan was to get the hostages out.
Yeah.
And they kept asking the same question over and over again because he wasn't able to answer it. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, this is my plan. And then he had a 3-phase plan, and all 3 phases were the same thing.
Oh yeah, that was a mess. That was hilarious, wasn't it? That was hilarious. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's like, okay, what do these 3 phases entail? You know what I mean? It's like you say what they are, but like what's your plan?
Yeah. All right, dude. 9-1. You have one fight left on your contract with Bellator.
No, that was my last one.
Oh, that's your. Oh shit.
Yep.
Oh shit. Is your agent busy?
I don't know. I'm assuming Bellator will just come to him whenever they're ready. But yeah, I don't know. It's exciting time.
Yeah. Do you have courtship from other people?
What do you mean?
Like other fight, UFC, bare knuckle, PFL, or other people courting you?
I'm not allowed to talk to any of them right now until there's like an exclusive negotiation period with Bellator. But I wouldn't imagine that Bellator would even let me get past that exclusive negotiation period at this point. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed the way things were ran when I was there at Dublin, like the way that they're doing things with PFL.
Yeah.
I enjoyed fight week. I enjoyed, obviously I enjoyed the fight. It's not the fight I wanted, but yeah, I mean, they're doing a lot of things right. I mean,
I'd like to see you fight. I'd like to see you knock Paulo Costa out.
Everybody would love to see that fight. Maybe with the direction that it's going, maybe with the direction that the MMA world's going, you don't have to fucking leave one promotion to go to another to fight those guys. Maybe they just make the super fights,
right?
Because they already PFL already acquired Bellator, so they're already won.
Yeah.
And maybe they just start doing fucking promotion versus promotion. And yeah, I mean, that would be ideal.
Hey, dude, great having you on. You the man. Thanks for putting on an amazing fight. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for just being a good all-around great dude.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, Dalton Rosta, later, brother.
See you, bro.
What a stud. God, I hope he's champion one day. I hope he gets everything he can out of it. He's a guy on a solo mission. Him, his dog, and his chick. He's the epitome of accountability and personal responsibility. I would like to see Dalton celebrate in the ring. I do want to see him celebrate in the ring. It did. I want to tell you, it did break my heart a little bit how hard he was on himself after the fight. Dang, David Weed, cool dude. Yeah, he's a cool dude. Only 28. It's nuts. It's nuts how much he's taken on. Dana White, sign him up. I just want him to go wherever he can get the most money. Wherever he can go to get the most money. Okay, when does Alex get here? I don't know. She's probably sleeping in. She's probably sleeping in. Who's making the decisions in the White House? Who the fuck is making the decisions in the White House? So we heard Anderson Cooper ask Kamala Harris that question, right? He said, "Hey, is this the guy you see in the White House?" Right?
Discussion.
And just
Joe
finally, I
Biden
know
was
we have,
very clear.
I know
He
we have to
will
go.
sign back into law the protections of Roe v. Wade.
Okay, cool. So baby, he was going to put back in baby killing. Got it.
The person we
These are
saw
big
tonight, the
issues,
president we saw
substantive
tonight on that
issues.
stage, is that how he is every day?
Is that how Joe Biden is every day? He wants to know. Is that how he walks around the White House? Semi-gorked.
The Joe Biden that I work with every day is someone who, as I have said, has performed in a way that has been about bringing people into the Oval Office.
Uh-oh. She's not going to answer the question.
Republicans and Democrats to compromise in a way that is extraordinary these days because it just doesn't happen, but Joe Biden can make it happen.
Compromise?
The Joe Biden I see is someone who goes to our allies around the world and strengthens NATO to the point that there are 2 new members of NATO who
NATO.
Just about 4 years ago, people said, is NATO even have a reason for existing? The Joe Biden I know is someone who has delivered 800,000 new manufacturing jobs and bringing manufacturing back.
Anderson Cooper, he's like, ma'am, is she going to say anything?
Back to the United States, not shipping jobs out like Donald Trump did. So that's the Joe Biden I know.
Vice President Kamala Harris, I appreciate your time.
Holy shit. So what happens? They go to the Democratic convention, and now the delegates vote to see who's going to run for president for the Democrats. Is that how it works? And then so the delegates go there, and now they're going to vote, right? It's kind of I know that's called the Electoral College for when they do it for president of the United States. I don't know what it's called, if it's called the same thing. But so those people are going to have a Democratic convention. They're all going to get together, and they're going to vote to see who runs against Donald Trump or whoever the Republicans pick. And I guess the hope is they can get all of them or enough of them to vote for someone else besides Joe Biden to go against Trump. And who would that be? Gavin Newsom? What a mess. What a mess. By the way, short commercial break. James Sprague, our beloved James Sprague. If you want to support James Sprague, you can get a jersey. Looks dope. James Sprague supporters jersey. You go to it's at Wattable. Wattable Products James Sprague supporters jersey. So anyone who wants to support James Sprague, who doesn't want to support James Sprague? And you got a James Sprague jersey, chest size. How do you know what your chest size is? Does anyone know what their chest size is? Who's a man? I have no idea what my chest size is. Anyway, those are available at wattable.com. I guess Google Wattable James Sprague. I saw one more thing along those same lines of someone I want to support greatly. Let me see if I can find this. Lindsay Cantu of BirthFit. This is great. Look at Lindsay. Oh my God! By the way, I sent this to 20 people last night. I'll pull it up in a minute. If you have not seen Sean Ryan's interview with RFK, there's a 12-minute portion that's called CDC Secrets. You have to see that, especially if you have kids or you're planning to have kids. You absolutely have to see that. Kenneth DeLapp, your chest should be 10 inches bigger than your waist. Oh, okay. Is that true? Okay, listen to this. Lindsay Cantu from BirthFit. This is a post she made 3 days ago. I've had one person in this year's cohort ask for a refund because we discussed the shenanigans of the coronavirus inside the coaches course. While it is not our policy to honor refunds or transfers, I agree to a partial refund because I realize that not everyone is ready to take the veil off. We are living in quite possibly the greatest awakening that has been accelerated by the coronavirus. Of course, we are going to include discussions on significant abuse that babies and mothers and their families experienced during 2020. That means like basically locking your baby down and surrounding her with people who wear masks. Anyway, here we go. Let's listen to Miss Cantu, the founder and CEO of BirthFit.
I'm giving you a minute to read that title because, yes, research has already shown that prenatal stress significantly impacts the brain development of an infant, both immediate and later on in their life. So when I see this, it's like, duh, of course the shenanigans of the pandemic, the scamdemic, those mandates and recommendations by our elected and non-elected government officials significantly impacted the health of babies during that time. So we're seeing it now. In the BirthFit Coach course, we talk about the not so cool recommendations and mandates that happened during 2020, during Rona. And if you are part of an educational course that is not talking about this, especially in the health realm, but for real, anybody, if you're a part of a course that just like brushes this under the rug, then I'm afraid you might be living on the wrong side of history.
Not only the wrong side of history, why would you do that to your kids? Like, even if you don't agree with her, like, no one disagrees that masking your kids or wearing masks around your kids is bad. Hey,
Good morning.
Miss Hare, hi.
Hi. Sorry, I had an alarm, so I just woke up.
Dude, that's really cool of you to do that.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you. What time would you have normally gotten up, Alex?
I have like a last resort alarm at 8:15, so like 30 minutes.
Okay. Tell me about so you have multiple alarms? Tell me about this waking
No.
up protocol.
I just have one at 8:15. Usually I wake up on my own around like 8-ish or maybe a little earlier. But I need to get up and get going by 8:15. Otherwise, my day's hard to catch up on.
Is Jake home or is he out? He's out making money.
Yeah, he's in California.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because I was gonna say Jake should be waking you up.
No, I get so mad when he wakes me up.
Good morning, dear. I have something for you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, dear. Hey, dude. Congrats. Going to the games again.
Oh, thank you.
What number?
This will be 3.
Crazy.
It's kind of weird how fast time's gone by. Like 3, yeah, it's weird.
Comment on the hair. Wow. I know. Isn't her hair just amazing?
Thank you.
But when's the last time you had a haircut?
Like 2-3 years.
Oh, no shit. No shit. Not even like the ends trimmed or nothing.
I got it trimmed after Wadapalooza. Like 3 years ago, yeah, or 2, yeah, 3 years ago, and that's been it. Because with curly hair, when you trim it, like unless you go to someone really good, like 1 inch of curly hair looks like 3. So I always hate to get it cut because it's like, even if you get a trim, it'll go from maybe like here to like here.
Right. The weight of the hair kind of pulls it down and keeps it straight, and if you don't, will just go poof to a full fro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I totally get that. I know. Is this the longest you've ever had it in your life?
I mean, like as a kid, obviously, I feel like hair always looks longer, but like as an adult, yes.
Yeah. Any temptation to cut it off because of your vocation, like that it's an obstacle, like in any of the activities you perform at the games?
No, I just throw
No.
it in a bun and it's usually fine.
I can't remember what event it was, but at the semifinals at one point, like you really let it down, and it was
Yeah.
dope.
Thank you. Yeah, that was the rope climb event. I knew it wouldn't get in my way, so I thought it'd be fun.
Oh, dude, it was so fun. It was so cool watching you walk around afterwards. It was
Thank
awesome.
you.
You were a straight lion out there.
Thank you.
Tell me about the semifinals. Let's start at the end. The semifinals are over, and you're on your way home. And what's Alex think about her performance and just her mindset?
Like kind of just like that sounds so silly, but like looking at the programming, like I knew that if I executed like to my best, like there wasn't really a reason I couldn't win. I'm not saying like obviously you don't know how great other athletes are, and like, but it was kind of like I wanted it to be like a fight for someone to like win, and I felt like I was instead clawing back up onto the podium, which kind of just felt like a bummer. Like I've been working so hard on snatches and it didn't show, and like that was really frustrating, but there were some good highs. Like I felt like being able to bounce back and do what I needed to do in the last event was obviously exciting, and I had some good events. So kind of just like really happy to make it to the games again, but just lit a little fire under my ass to like get my shit together.
What were any of the events like a low? Like were any of them like where you like afterwards you were crying like what the fuck?
You know that is.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, the snatch event, because I just like even in practice, like my time definitely was not gonna be a winning time. Like girls have just become so amazing at that movement and that workout. But even in practice, like my time was better, and I at least just like felt confident by the end of practice. And on the floor, like I think I got a no rep for like not standing up all the way in one of my earlier bars, and I think it just made me really nervous, and like I was already nervous, and so I just really slowed down, and I think I had one other miss, and it just turned kind of sloppy and not confident. I think when you're not confident, you let the workout run you, and you can't do that if you want to do well.
In that event, you have a 11th, a 3rd, a 1st, a 6th, a 23rd, and a 1st.
Yep.
And then you ended up taking 2nd place. And then afterwards, you were walking off with Kotler, and it will be in the behind the scenes. There were some great moments in there. I want to ask you about that real quick. Even though you were in an emotional state, you still seemed like Alex to me. Do you know what I mean? Like I came
Yeah.
up with the camera, you weren't like, you still seemed confident. You weren't like embarrassed that you were crying. You weren't shy. You were like, hey, what's up? And you were still you. Like, do you still, you know what I mean? Like you hadn't, you weren't belligerent.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the sport's like emotional, and like obviously I think it's like one thing to do poorly just because other girls are really good,
Yeah.
and it's another thing to do poorly because like you didn't do what you could do.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of more just like disappointment, and like in a positive note, like I think in the past I wouldn't have even finished that workout. So like there are little wins, just sometimes you want to be better than you are faster. um but yeah, we were like walking, and in a competition, like I feel like I'm pretty good at not letting events roll into the next one. So obviously I was upset, but I like try really hard not to let it float beyond that event.
And then you go into the final event. What was the final event again? It was
22 cal bike, 15 ring muscle ups, lunge.
right, and that was with the dumbbells.
Mm-hmm.
So you took first in that. Did you know going into that? Like, did you use any of the fuel from the previous event?
Yes and no. Like I knew before the snatch event went bad that like I wanted to win that one and I had the capacity to. And then the snatch one was just that like pressure of like, okay, now you have to. Yeah.
And did you think you could win that one when you went into it?
hmm
And was there a strategy, or is it just let the wheels fall off the bus, just go
Um,
hard?
we knew what pace, I can't even remember what pace I held on the bike, but we had practiced a pace that worked really well. So I knew to hold that pace, do the muscle ups, and then you grab the dumbbells and hold on for dear life.
Did you make it across without putting the dumbbells down?
Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thanks.
Have you had coffee yet?
I don't drink coffee.
Have you consumed anything yet?
I have like my electrolyte water and creatine. And then I had like 5 minutes, so I made a smoothie if I get hungry.
So you don't wake up and have caffeine?
Mm-mm.
Do you consume any caffeine?
Like sometimes for fun, like I like tea a lot, so sometimes like I'll get a tea if like I go out with my friends, but I don't like purposefully consume caffeine.
That's fascinating. Maybe and you come across so even keeled.
Thank you. Yeah, I just uh I like my sleep's pretty sensitive, so like even though it shouldn't affect my sleep, I don't like that potential risk. And then I don't know, I never drank coffee, so I never got like hooked, and here we are.
So no stimulants at the games.
No, I have like Silverine has a non-stim pre-workout, and I'll use that, but I don't no caffeine.
Oh yeah, wow. I wonder if there's do you know any other athletes that don't consume caffeine?
Not really. Yeah, I don't know.
Wow, that's fascinating. Have you ever thought about using it to get an edge?
I know you can. Like, I think I've used like pre-workout one like a few times. Like at I think I did at Wadapalooza a couple years ago, but I didn't notice like enough of a difference to like stick with it.
Yeah, wow. And did it bug you at all when you use pre-workout? Did you feel your skin crawl a little bit?
Oh, like beta alanine. I use beta alanine sometimes. Yeah, the first time I used it, I like because it usually is that stimulus is way worse like the very first couple times. And I remember I looked at my friend who like gave it to me and I was like, what the fuck did you just give me? Like, am I like high? Like, what is this?
And you
Um,
feel your face turn all flush, your face go
yeah,
like almost like you have a sunburn?
yeah, but now it doesn't do that anymore.
Wow, crazy. That's fascinating to me. So in first place was Abigail Domit, and in
hmm
third place was Ariel Lowen, and then fourth place Hattie Canyu. Does part of not winning also make it weird? Like if it would have been Ariel, would it have been easier to swallow? Like, hey, who the fuck is this new chick? Where the fuck
Uh,
did she come from? Abigail doing so well?
no, I don't want to discredit Abby at all. Like, she's obviously a really good athlete. I don't think it really matters like who it is. It's more just like fuck, like I didn't do it. Um, but I will say the first 2 days. I think me and Ariel both looked at each other because the leaderboard was like kind of wild on day two. Like there were so many names in the mix that we didn't really know, and we were just like, I mean, what is going on? Like we need to get our shit together, kind of. Um, and so I mean, yeah, the West I feel like just was like a really diverse group of athletes, so there was a lot of scrambled eggs going on. But yeah, I mean, Abby's obviously a really good athlete. Um, and
She's good, and she went to the games last year, but to see her win the region's pretty trippy. Are you shocked?
No, I mean, if you look at her placements, like she was very even keel across the board. Like she got like fifth, sixth, like all top
Yep.
tens, I believe.
Yep.
Um, and in a weekend like that, like if you do that and other people have mistakes or like you're gonna win, kind of like how Justin won the games a couple years ago,
Right.
just by like he never won an event, but he just stayed even. So I think that was really impressive. I think like I mean, at the games, like I'm hoping and I'm pretty sure like my home runs will get me farther, right? Because there's more people, the field is more condensed. So like a first in a semifinal and a fifth at semifinal will shake out different when you have the full field. Um, so I'm like confident, like I'm not stressed going into the games. Like I still feel confident. It just was more of a little like
When you did that snatch ladder, did you practice that at Underdogs?
mhm.
And did you have a faster time than 8:09 or slower time?
Faster.
Faster time. Can you share with us what that time was?
It was like 7. I mean, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't a winning time. I think it was like 7:20, 7:30.
Okay. And you're saying, and you got two no reps?
I had a no rep, and then I think I had 1 or 2 misses afterwards.
Did you have any misses when you practiced it?
Yeah, and I was still way faster. So like I said, I think it just ended up being like I lost my confidence, and then so I let the workout control me. I didn't like attack the workout.
Do you know what you got the no rep for?
Yeah, it was like not standing up all the way after a snatch. I think that was a really common no rep given out throughout the weekend. I'm sure you've heard some of the stories.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
Alex, is there a conventional wisdom if you do it in practice, you'll do it faster? Or is there some like theme that you hope, okay, if I did it 7:34 in my own gym, that means at the event, I'm going to do it faster or slower? Is there some?
Yeah, of course, like in practice, I was really nervous even in practice because I just didn't feel like I didn't like know I could do that workout yet. Like I didn't know I could be good at it. And so of course like okay, with adrenaline, like especially if I'm feeling good, like maybe I'll be faster. And then you heard like Elisa Fuliano in Europe, she was like 2 minutes faster than her practice time, and she got like 5:01, which is incredible. So I'm like, in my head you get excited, okay, I was like 7:30, maybe I'll pull like a 6-minute something out of my ass, like who knows. And I just obviously like I went the other way, and it happens.
Um, you're at Underdogs, and I picture it's a gym, and you go in there daily, and that's where you train and work out and recover and hang out, and that's like your home, right?
Not really. So
Oh,
Camp Rhino, the home base of Underdogs, has 2 locations. Um, sorry, hold on. Hey, Shadowluna, stop.
it's not even bad, by the way. It's not even bad, the barking. It's like
Oh,
we can
okay.
barely hear it, just so you
Okay,
know.
perfect. They have 2 locations, and I live really close to one. It's like the north, and like the home base is usually the south. So I actually train up north a couple days, and then outside of the gym, I go to this gym that's like a recovery gym. So they have like a sauna, ice bath, all that good stuff, and I spend a lot of time there. So I mean, I'm in the gym a lot for training, but once I'm done, I head out.
And then do you often go to both of those gyms in the same day?
No, no, no. Oh wait, which ones?
The
Like
recovery, the one where you train at, and then the recovery one.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, and in that, there's other when you're training, there's other athletes in there.
Yeah. So the south, a lot of people live closer to the south location, which is like by the airport. Um, so that's where like Kyra, Kendall, Carson, Ava, um, a lot like even Allie and Raph train there a lot. Allie and Raph have been coming up north with me a good bit, which has been fun. Um, and oh, then there's another one of my friends. Her name's Omer. She moved here from Israel. She's like a semifinals. She's a semifinals athlete through the Asia region, and she moved here to train. And so she's been coming up north a bit too.
Is that the girl that they surprised you with at the event?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, what did you think about that? So for those of you who don't know, I think you had just finished the snatch event.
I was yeah something. I was sitting in the back, like in the athlete warm up area, just chilling. So it was.
Yeah, you were super chilling. You were in the athlete area that's for chilling. Like you were sitting in a chair, you were reclined. It's like the spot for athletes to go to get the most privacy and the most downtime. And you're there, and then all of a sudden, your friend who you didn't expect to be there shows up. Were you glad? Did that affect you good? Was that a good thing, or was that Jake organized that, right? Uh-oh, we lost you, Alex.
Oh, you lost me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. We just can't see you, but that's okay.
Can you see me now?
Kinda. Oh, there you go. There you are.
Yeah, I texted her because she was in San Diego already, just like on a vacation after her semifinals. And I was like, "Are you coming to the event?" And she's like, "No, like I won't be there." So I was really just shocked to see her. And she's super positive and like just one of my really good friends. So it was exciting.
But was it good? Like like were you did you like afterwards? You're like, Jake, never do that again, or were
Oh
you
no,
like,
I didn't.
no?
I didn't mind it. I didn't mind at all.
Okay. Was it a
Yeah.
pick me up?
Oh yeah, it was super sweet. I mean, like having people that like that are in your corner and your friends, like it just makes you happy, or at least in my case.
When you showed up to Underdogs, you were low woman on the totem pole, Bethany, Danielle, Carrie Pierce, and now clearly it's not like that. Has are there any prima donna qualities that have that you've seen seep in that you are glad seeped in or didn't seep in?
Oh God,
Like,
I hope not. I hope there's zero.
is it?
I would say no.
You don't think there's no things that you've become more controlling about or
I
more
would say
anal about, or
I would say the only thing that like maybe like the emotion that's changed that I feel is I feel like not necessarily responsible for the environment, but more just like I feel like obviously a tremendous amount of like I don't know how to explain it. Like when I first got there, there was just like this like vibe, and like granted I didn't know the ins and outs. Like I was just like kind of like a puppy dog following people around. But it just was like this, like we show up, we do the same things, and like you just do what you got to do. And I feel like now everyone's a little bit more dispersed. Like there's a lot of like everyone doing their own programming, and I always get like a little bummed about that. And I feel like sometimes I'm like, but that's not a prima donna quality. That's just me being like evolve. I feel like I've like been through all the evolving of the camp, and so like I have emotions about that. But I don't. I mean, maybe someone else can chime in, but I don't think I've changed.
so what I'm hearing you say is you've taken more ownership of the culture and the vibe, whereas before maybe you were in a learning phase of the culture and the vibe, and now you've taken more ownership of it and feel some accountability, like
Yeah,
basically more of in a leadership position.
yeah, yeah,
Like if you like you said, you were following people around maybe and just doing what they do, and now you have to be aware that you're setting the example for everyone else.
yeah, yeah.
And Kiefer was a coach there, and he just left, right? And his client was Kyra.
He has a lot of athletes actually. So, um, everyone that's not me, Ali, Raf, and Omer is his athlete. So, he has like I want to say like five or six maybe.
And do you? This is gonna sound fucked up, but do you like that he left? Like in a way, like there's more breathing room, there's less stress, there's less
Oh,
moving parts. I don't mean for any reason like you
yeah.
hate someone and they leave, but like, hey, the truth is like the house was getting crowded.
No, so like I said, things kind of shifted where people were doing a lot of their own programming. So like Kiefer's athletes kind of had different programming than me and Raf, or Allie's working with another coach, but when she was doing underdogs, like when we all had, so we had different programming anyway. And that was always something I was kind of bummed about. And like, I did not do a good job of like communicating it enough. Like, hey, we should all work out together. Like, I think that's what makes people better. Um, but I didn't do that. So we all just kind of had our own thing. And so like nothing really changes like as far as him being with Proven. Like it's not like I'm like, oh, I lost my training partners to Proven. Um, Nothing really changes. Obviously, like it's a little bit weird for Justin because it's like like that's now you're Proven coach. Like, do I want like it's weird to essentially show all my cards to you and like give that to Proven. And so I think that's a little weird. But like I said, I also train up north a lot, and so um, Justin's like, well, I just kind of want to train up north more, and it works out really in my favor because it's close and I don't have to drive so far.
So it's not, but it does. I'm guessing. I don't know how close Kiefer and Justin work together, but on some level, they were consuming each other's time. Kiefer was taking some of Kotler's time, at least for sure, right? And so
Yeah.
now Kiefer has that. Justin is free of that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, like, it's all going to work out. Like, Ricky's coming, and now Justin can essentially just, like, we're just going to do our thing for the next month. And,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, it's just kind of the best way is just kind of weird. Like, there's no, like, crazy drama. It's just, just weird.
Right. Like us, like you went to school with someone for like 3 years in elementary school, and then they moved to the Philippines, and you're like, oh, you're gone.
Yeah, but they're not gone. So like
Right. Oh.
they're staying at Camp Rhino, and so that's
Oh,
where
really? They are?
as of right now, yeah, that's what I am understanding. Because Kiefer's hope was that we just keep everything the same and still all train. Hey, please be quiet.
Oh,
So
that
yeah,
is weird. That's
so like
weird.
that's so
That's
like
weird.
yeah. Hey,
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that. I thought they just pack up and go to Nashville.
no, so he wants to stay in Vegas. So that's where Justin's like, I don't really like that. It just
Right.
seems like not fair. Like,
Right.
it's not fair to like, okay, I'm gonna leave you for a better job, which is fine. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Uh-huh.
But then like also stay in underdogs like home base. Like that's kind of weird. It's a little weird.
Yeah, Clydesdale Media, it's like your ex sharing the house.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
like I said, like there's no crazy drama or like no one hates anyone. It
Right.
just creates like oh wait, like weird. It's a little weird.
Right. Yeah,
So
that is a trip.
yeah, so we're gonna train up a lot north. Like I said, it's great for me. I love the north location. I'm really close with a lot of the coaches there. So I'm chilling.
I wonder how if Kiefer knows it's weird or if somehow he's rationalized. I wonder what his logic is. That is weird. I was just telling a story the other day. There was during the Floyd 19 event, there was an employee at CrossFit who made $200,000 a year and had an affiliate, and they de-affiliated and denounced Greg, but they kept their job. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can keep collecting money from the company that you denounced. And it's like, yeah,
Yeah, it's weird.
that's a trip. Yeah, that's a trip.
And like I mean, yeah, I think his hope, Kiefer's hope, and I'm kind of implying this, but I think he was like, well, like we were kind of separate anyway, so like things really shouldn't change that much just because it's like a new name. Um,
But
and
camaraderie and spirit matter. Camaraderie and spirit matter.
yeah,
And if you go to a different camp, you've lost that.
yeah. So I think like that's like where like we're kind of like, well, it's a little weird. It's like if Justin's really good at like he's been in the game a long time. So say a qualifier happens, like he's
Yeah.
usually pretty good at like, hey, this is gonna be a good time. Like this is how we should strategize, just out of experience, because he's been doing this for so long. So like
Right.
for him to like have to feel comfortable sharing those cards like to another camp, like I totally understand that that's weird.
100%. And just the energy you want to give. Just that he needs to feel free in there, and you need to feel free in there.
Yeah, for sure. And like I think the weirdest thing for me is like the timing of it too. Like all these underdogs athletes that are like gonna be games athletes, and we're gonna have like we essentially had one of the biggest crews at the games, like 8 athletes or something,
Yeah.
as underdogs, and like for that to be stripped away, like now it's proven, also kind of like a kick to the shins for underdogs and Justin a little bit.
I'm trying to think of a good metaphor. It would be like if you used to change in front of someone, but now they're your ex, do you still change in front of them? Or like you used to shit with the door open when they were your boyfriend or girlfriend, and now they're not, but they're still in the house. Do you start closing the door? Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
there's a intimacy component that you take for granted when they're on the same team.
totally. And like I mean, I think everyone like wishes him the best with the job, and like everyone
Sure.
understands like growing and um, spreading your wings. But it was just kind of like I said, a little bit of a kick to the shins, like the timing and the just yeah.
Hey, do you ever hear rumors of Kotler retiring?
He never says he wants, like he hasn't said he wants to retire, but he told me there's this really awesome strong girl from Fiji. Um, she's a teen athlete. She's 13, and she reached out to Justin to like coach her. And
Yeah.
he like came up to me. He's like, "All right, I need you to like win the games a couple times. She'll replace you, and then I'll be done."
Oh,
so
interesting.
so I don't think he actually has like a plan for retiring, but I think he's kind of at the point where like he's just super selective about who he wants to coach and like put his energy into.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like he honestly will probably never retire. I'm sure he'll always have like an athlete. But maybe retire from the business at some point, I'm sure. I don't think he really likes like the business side of things.
How's your relationship with the other dude from Australia, the Bailey Martin dude?
I don't really know him very well. I like met him obviously at the games and like at some competitions like Rogue, and I've spoken to him a few times. He's very nice, but I haven't spent like quality time or anything with him.
He's an underdogs guy.
He was.
Oh, he's not either.
Well, all of those are Kiefer's athletes.
Oh shit! I had no idea.
That's what I mean about like it's a little bit of a kick to the shins for underdogs because
Yeah.
Gracie, Bailey, Luca, Kyra. I'm probably forgetting someone else.
Kyla's Kiefer's chick though. Kyla's Kiefer's chick, right? I mean that one makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, they were, but I mean like, but on paper, like all underdog, like representing underdogs.
Right.
And then now all of them, I don't know if they'll be affiliated with Proven, like for sure. I'm assuming, but it won't be underdogs. So it's just kind of like
How is a camp notified about that? Like, do him and Justin stand up in front of all the athletes and gather you around, or do you find out from social media, or how do you find out?
No, Kiefer told Justin, and then obviously spoke to his athletes. Justin spoke to me. Kiefer spoke to me. I think it's just like direct communication.
Right. Damn, it's a trip. How many things roll across Justin's bow?
I was kind of joking. I was like, we should make like a parody video or something where like we reveal that everyone leaving is because of me. Like just like a plot twist. Like Carrie didn't actually want to retire. I was just too much to handle. Bethany didn't want to move to California for her husband. Like she couldn't stand me. The Danielle stuff was because of me. Like I just thought it'd be so funny to spin it.
Please. Please. Dickies. How much do you have prepared for Dickies already? Do you have like hotel room and like how much do you start having planned? Do you start thinking about your meals? Who's going to go with you? How much do you have planned?
Yeah, so we have an Airbnb, me, Justin, Ricky, and like our people. And that will be really nice. Brad that works for Apex Nutrition, he's gonna be there and I think help cook for us, which will be awesome. I just haven't booked flights yet. Me and Ricky are gonna I think go down a little earlier, and so we'll stay at a hotel or something those earlier days, but we'll book that. He gets here the 1st of July, so we'll probably book all that when he gets here.
And Jake will go? Your husband will go?
Yeah, he'll go like last minute, so like probably like Wednesday night before it starts.
And how is your relationship with Ricky?
Really good. I mean, I haven't really got to spend time with him for a while just because he wasn't here obviously for games training last year, but we hung out a lot at Wadapalooza this year. We went to like the Utah trip after, and I remember having a ton of fun training before the games in 22. So I think we're both really excited. I think hopefully it'll be better for him this time. Like I can actually push him in some things, whereas like a couple years ago he just was kicking my ass. So I'm really excited. I think it'll be a fun time.
Is it fun having that? I'm trying to think of what other camps have that, but it's like you and Ricky. I mean, it's a good. Everyone knows you guys in the community. Everyone knows you guys. You guys are both at the top of your game. Is it kind of, is that exciting as opposed to, let's say you were going with I don't know, who can I pick on at the bottom of the men's fucking heap, as opposed to going with hold on, I'll pick someone shitty. Let me pick someone really shitty. As opposed to going with oh god, I don't know if I can do it.
You could just
I was gonna say as opposed to going with Cole Gray Shaver, but I really like Cole Gray Shaver.
Yeah.
But is it fun? Is it like, okay, we're two superheroes, we get to go, like, does it feel special to go with someone like Ricky?
Oh yeah, I'm so excited. Like I said, I'm really excited too because a couple years ago it was like just
like you're going with a guy who can win it. You're going with a guy who can win it.
Yeah, totally. So I'm really excited, and just like I know he has a really like lighthearted attitude and like works really hard, and it'll just be fun. He's actually staying with me, so he's staying at our house, and yeah, I'm excited.
Does he bring his chick?
She'll come. I think he said the last week of July before we leave, so she'll be here at the end.
And have you met her before?
Oh yeah, I love Michelle. She's the best.
Is she cool? She chill? She doesn't bug Ricky? She stays out of his way? She's a good supporter? She'll fuck with him?
No, she just keeps him together, make sure he eats and has his whatever he needs. And yeah, she's just like a supportive, great girlfriend that.
All right. So Ricky got a good one. She's not fucking with him the whole time. You're not like whispering with Jake in bed at night. Oh my God, Ricky's fucked.
No, not at all.
Get stuck with her.
No,
Okay.
she's like an angel. I think anyone that's met Michelle is like, oh my gosh, she's like perfect.
Oh, perfect. That makes me happy to hear that.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for coming on. I know I texted you late yesterday, and I know we got you out of bed 15 minutes early. I really appreciate you, man.
Oh no, of course, anytime. When are you going to the games? Are you going early?
So the situation is, I've asked for a certain kind of access, and they've pushed back and said, we're not giving that kind of access to anyone this year. You have to fill out this application for enhanced access. So I'm going to go through all the hoops, but then I'm going to send them an email or I'll text them. The lady over there, Jenna Haka, who's in charge, is I have a great relationship with her. So I'm going to text her and basically tell her like, hey, I appreciate the enhanced access, but if I can't get all the access, like if I can't go everywhere that Dave can go, then I'm not going to go.
Yeah, can you just like text Dave and be like, hey, can I just like be your like shadow?
I mean, that's the way it was. That's what I said last year.
Yeah.
But this year I have a feeling that they are trying to I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know what they're doing, because I think I did a great job of representing CrossFit. I did a great job promoting the affiliates, the level ones. But there's a lot of drama swirling in the space, and I hope it's not for ego reasons that they want to somehow punish me. They say some dumb shit occasionally. They'll be like, "Hey, we can't give you this access because it's not fair to that person," and it's like, "Hey, fuck you! Like, I don't care about fair, like, and you shouldn't care about fair either. At the end of the day, just look at my body of work and be like, hey, did that help the games? Did people like the behind the scenes? What were the numbers on it? And then if they like that, then they should just let me pull the trigger." I mean,
to be honest, like at least from my knowledge, like CrossFit isn't doing anything to like help the sport grow.
Yeah.
And like what you guys are doing does. So like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Things are wild. Like seeing the Sean Woodland thing blew my mind.
That was sad, right?
Oh my gosh. Like, but when I remember when I first started CrossFit, and like watching the documentaries and like that's just what I picture. Like I picture his voice, like that's like CrossFit. It's wild.
I don't think that he should. Although I've had my ups and downs with Sean, if I was obviously in charge, I would definitely make sure that Sean was doing the games every year. I can put that aside, and I do think that he's the voice of CrossFit, and I do think he's the best one that's ever done it. That being said, I don't think he should have made a post so quickly, because I just think he should have waited and let it play out just a little bit more. Because he said he just found out yesterday, but they haven't given him a reason why, and I just feel like I don't know. When CrossFit fired me, I didn't run and make a post. I think you just have to. I think you have to. I don't think that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Is just your knee-jerk reaction just to go to social media.
I think that's maybe more like an emotional response, like a
right.
like a I need some like not that he's seeking affirmation, but like an emotional response of like maybe like why, how, like if you don't have the answer. So
right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who. Oh, one like Paige, Paige Powers. Yeah, when Paige Powers didn't make it, I asked her, "Hey, all these people have made posts about not making it. You haven't made one yet." And she said, "Yeah, because I know that when I make that post, it's going to get a lot of attention. So I want it to be a post of like something I want to draw attention to." Meaning she didn't she's not going. She knows it. Why make the feel sorry for yourself post? Maybe point to it at like some charity she likes or some shirt she's selling, or like, you know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
Like take advantage of the moment. Don't like you're saying, don't use it. Seize the moment.
Yeah, no, that makes sense for sure. Like, I think, wow, Paige is incredible. She's so awesome.
She is incredible, right?
Yeah. She's so sweet. She's got a good head on her shoulders.
All right. Plan to win the games?
I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna lie to myself. Tia is on one. She's like, if semifinals was any indication, like she's back in her Tia fashion. So I don't think that's realistic this year, but I want to do my best. And
Oh, let me ask you this. So when I had Hattie Canyu on, I
Mhm.
I love you. I think you're extremely beautiful physically. I think you're beautiful mentally. I think
Thank
you're
you.
a powerful soul. I also think you're a gentle soul. I think you're
Thank you.
caring. I think you're attentive. I think like I can't think of one bad thing I think about you. You're
Okay.
responsive. You're present. But when Hattie Canyu, this was what's so weird. When she told me, she's like, yeah, one of the girls wasn't so nice to me out there. I immediately thought it was you. And I thought it
Oh,
was so, she said it wasn't you, but I thought it was so weird that I think all these great things about you. But I started reflecting on it. And it is because when you are on the floor, there's a fierceness to you. Like you're very upright. You know what I mean? You're very like, and after events and you walk around like don't fuck with me. But you're
that's
positive and
hilarious.
happy, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you think it's
That,
weird that I thought that about you? That it was
I
you?
mean,
Like that
that's
maybe you
funny because
snubbed her?
Justin's always like, I want you to be more of a killer. So I never assumed that I have that quality.
Yeah.
I will not lie, my heart just like plummeted because I thought you were about to say that she said me too, and I was like, I don't even feel like we
No,
talked very much.
no, but people in the audience thought it was you too.
Oh.
Everyone's like Gazan, 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 but no one's ever said anything about you like that, and you don't exhibit those characteristics. But there's still something about you that's like, okay, like you probably shouldn't fuck with her.
That's hilarious.
Like you're showing more of a competitive. Like when you're out there, you have a certain poise to you that's like, it's Gazan time.
That's so funny because I'm the one in the corrals that's like annoyingly talking everyone else's ear off because I'm
Yeah.
nervous.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, we'll add it to the parody video. I'm just
Okay.
like a diva.
Yeah,
behind the
just like
scenes.
it's like throwing your sweaty shirt at Hattie Canyon and be like, hold this for me.
Wait, oh my gosh. Could you imagine? I can't imagine being a competitor. Like, say my first year at the games, like if like Danielle did that to me. Oh my God.
Like, carry my water bottle back. I'm gonna do an interview. Hey, carry all my stuff back. I'm gonna do an interview.
That's hilarious. That'd be funny. Oh no.
All right. Anyway, I have conflicted opinion about you. Must have some deep thoughts about you that don't
Oh
blend with
no.
all the nice thoughts I have about you. All right, I'll work on myself. I'll try to dig it out for our next interview.
It's all right. All right. I'll channel my inner diva. Maybe I'll make those thoughts.
All right, dear. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Simon. Talk to you later.
Alex Gazan. All right. Oh, Diva shirt. Alex Gazan Diva. God, her hair is fucking amazing. The video I wanted to show you guys was this one. Now just bear with me here. If you're gonna have kids or you have kids, just watch this. Just watch it's only 12 minutes and I watched it at 1.5 time. It's a 12-minute long video and it's Sean Ryan talking to this dude. The guy who's running for president.
I published the transcriptions of a secret meeting that CDC had conducted in 2001.
And you got to see this. You got to see this. If you think that smoking is related to lung cancer, but you don't think that pharmaceuticals that are forced and mandated on kids to go to school are somehow intertwined to all the autoimmune diseases, eczema, autism, then you should definitely at least look at that because he says some shit in there and draws up some studies and some numbers that will blow you away. It's absolutely fantastic, and you could fact check them. You can look up the paper. Oh wow, that I just realized that video has already been flagged by YouTube. Crazy. Wow. Damn. Isn't that amazing that YouTube's in the health game? They're in the truth game. Anyway, and if you have kids who are baseline kids, meaning they don't have any of that stuff, you can actually make the observation yourself and decide for yourself. Because Dalton sent me a picture of himself while he was on the podcast. His dog sitting on the dining room table. That's awesome. You can make the observation for yourself. You can see your kids. If your kids haven't taken any drugs, and then you can compare them to all the kids around you, because like 99% of them have taken drugs, and so you can start making some anecdotal observations. Regarding autism, every time I Google it looking for links between autism and vaccines, I find almost 100% of doctors say it's not connected. Are they all in it for the dough? I have no idea why they're in it. But if you look on continued education for doctors, or you look at who wrote who designs the criteria for what makes you a doctor in academia, and you follow the money who's messaging the doctors, you will quickly see that it's 100% big pharma. God, Pat, I don't use this one very often, but sometimes I wonder if you're smart or not. You're so much smarter than that. You're so much smarter than that. If I go to a car lot and I buy a car, I get to drive that car off the lot. I control that car. I mean, this is just nuts that you would say this. You have any if you go to if you ask a doctor who works at an ER doc who works in Salt Lake City, what do you think about snowboarding? They will have a very strong opinion about snowboarding, because in that area within 500 miles of there, that's where all the real serious snowboarding accidents are brought in. So helicopters will be flying in from all over the western portion of the United States, and they see a lot of fucking crazy snowboarding accidents and deaths. And so if you want your opinion about snowboarding and you ask that doctor, you're going to get a biased opinion. It's the same thing with my friends who are cops. They are crazy protective over their young kids. Crazy protective. No, you have totally missed the point. We're not saying they're in it for the dough at all. We're saying it the same way that you've already admitted that you're a slave to Google for getting your information. They're a slave to someone else for getting their information. It has nothing to do with them taking the dough. Although, like I said, I knew a very smart doctor who knew COVID only killed people with 4 or more comorbidities, and the average age of death was over 78 years old. And that doctor ended up with, during COVID, and this doctor was a pediatrician. This doctor ended up with a new Mercedes wagon and a home in Costa Rica. I do know that, because they fulfilled the obligations of giving the injection to kids. I'm tripping on John Woolley. I'm tripping. Are you guys tripping on him? I'm tripping on him. He's like reinventing himself or something. I'm tripping. Action.
Has clearly poked holes in your system.
He said Hiller has clearly poked holes in your system. That's what he said. I better call my wife real quick. I need to find it. Sorry, Mr. Woolley. Hold on a second. I thought Caleb was going to come on today, so I was going to stay on late because I kind of wanted to hang. Not kind of. I wanted to hang out with him, but there's no Caleb.
Hello, you've reached
God
Haley.
damn
Leave a
it.
message. Thanks.
No, but she saw it after this. Olivia, did you tell Haley about the sharks? No, but yesterday, she texted me a screenshot of the podcast. Okay. Oh, where am I? Dude, that show, the Boys, is so fucking crazy woke. It's wild. It's wild. I don't know if I'm just seeing the world through a propaganda lens, but it's wild. Okay, so first I'll tell you the premise. I'm tripping on Wooly because of this. He is a facet in the ecosystem of. Oh, here we go. Let's do it. Let's party. Hi. Oh, did you tell him?
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, surf camp?
Hey. What?
Surf camp?
He really doesn't feel good.
Are you babying our boy?
No, but I'm scarred from Ari. I don't want him to get sick like Ari did.
He went to surf camp yesterday and he did fine, didn't he?
He did, but I could tell he was pretty worked. And then last night he seemed worked to me. And this morning he was coughing. And I don't know. I asked him, are you sure this is the last day? They're going to do pizza after. You really feel like you can't go? And he said no.
Okay, I love you. Great choice. I know these decisions are difficult to make. And do the sharks play a role in your decision?
Sarcasm in your voice.
No sarcasm. I'm just managing frustration, but it's not directed at you. I just really want him to go to surf camp. And did the sharks play a decision?
He asked if you were going to be upset.
Yeah. Tell him he should go huddle in the corner and hide under a blanket. No, I'm joking. I'm not upset.
Red's not going.
Oh, he's not?
Do you want to go to the point? No.
Oh.
Did you get my message?
Uh-uh.
And they asked if we want maybe go to the point a little bit.
Oh no, maybe I could take. Could I take them skateboarding then?
To Luke?
Yeah. Could we? Ask Maggie if she wants to see if Luke's available, or just go there to the skate park.
Yeah.
I'll definitely go to the point. If you're going to go to the point, tell me. I'm going to get off the. Oh, Christine Young agrees with you. Your tone is sarcastic. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm just managing my frustration.
Yeah, I can hear in your voice you're just processing.
Yeah, processing.
It wasn't totally sincere.
No, that's correct. Yeah.
There, that's what I meant.
Yeah. It was like don't say something. It was like don't say something stupid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you do that little high pitch in your voice, I could tell.
What did I tell you about how many secrets you give away about our relationship when you're on the air?
Okay, we better go. I'm on a roll.
Let me talk to Avi. Avi.
Okay, hold on.
Hi, Eric.
Hi. Hey, have you ever heard the theme song to my show, my podcast? Have you heard it?
What?
Have you ever heard the theme song to my podcast?
No.
It goes, here, listen. I'm going to play it for you. Listen, tell me can you hear this? Can you hear that drum?
It's a Seb on Podcast Show. It's a Seb on Podcast Show. Everybody's welcome. Peace and love. It's a Seb on Podcast Show. Bam, we're live.
That's awesome.
Is that the first time you've heard that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Hey, buddy. Are you scared to death that I'm going to come inside and mash you for not going to surf camp?
No, I ain't scared of nothing.
Okay. All right. I love you, baby. Hey, I'm going to finish the show and maybe we'll go to the point with everyone. All right. I love you, dude. Drink lots of water. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I ain't scared of nothing. I'll fucking come in there and fucking make you scared of something. What the fuck you mean you ain't scared of nothing? What's wrong with my family? Don't they know how to play the game? It's a fucking show. I play my son the sounds of screaming villagers. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna make. He's gonna be a screaming villager when I get in there. He doesn't even know. I think he's scared of sharks more than you do. Dude, I'm terrified of sharks. That's what sucks. My wife asked me afterwards. She's like, hey, aren't you worried about the sharks? And I had to lie to my wife. I'm like, no, I'm not worried about it, but I'm terrified of it. I used to sit during skate camp, and now I stand by the water and watch. It's like 3 hours of standing. And I just work on my breathing. I don't think he knows the word gay. I was really hoping he was going to say that's kind of gay. I don't think he knows that word. Yesterday, I walked through the house naked, and he told me to put some pants on. Christian. He's like, hey, dude, you got to put some pants on. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I had a big old bundle of laundry. I was walking to the laundry room from the bedroom to the laundry room, and I took off the clothes I was wearing to wash them. He's like, dude, you got to put some clothes on. I think he cracked the joke. He's like, no one wants to see that. Anyway, where were we? Oh, I'm just tripping on John Woolley because he's a fixture in the community that's like should be like in this lane. Like, you know what I mean? Like he should fit my paradigm for just who he is. Like I have these thoughts about him, and he should stay in that little like spot. Like Pat Lang. Pat Lang just stays in his spot. Just stay in your spot. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why what are you doing? So let's see if here we go. Oh wait, here we go. God, that filter he has on just makes him like he's almost just eyes and a mouth talking.
3 times now.
Oh, wait, hold on. This music's crazy too. Okay, so it starts off with the word Hiller. You can barely hear it. Note to people who make I fucked this up too, but note to people who make content like this, like give it a like half-second breath. So like when I play it on the air, I can actually get the whole thing in. Okay, here we go.
Hitler has clearly poked holes in your system 3 times now by my count, and I'm sure there's going to be more. And so the question you guys should be asking,
what are those holes he poked? Is it is he talking about just the 3 most recent videos he made on Craig Howard, Annette, and Dawn? Are those the whole? I don't know what he's talking about there. Okay, here we go.
Isn't why is Hiller attacking us? The question you should be asking is, what can we do better based on this situation moving forward?
I like the spirit of what he's saying there a lot. I mean, at some point, like someone's attacking you, you just got to fuck them up back, though, too, right? I guess we don't really know. I guess we really don't know what they're doing over there. They're not attacking them back, or we don't. Maybe they are reflecting. I don't know. But I don't know what. I wish I knew. I wish I knew what those 3 holes were he's talking about. I don't think Hiller's poked any holes.
It's a really simple process. The second question that you need to be asking, and you should be asking this a lot, is why are so many internal employees that work at CrossFit so willing to leak information that could be potentially harmful?
I don't know. I don't think anything's being leaked. That one is so weird too. I understand the spirit of what Woolley says. I'm not fucking stupid. I get it. I would say is not that he's poked holes in the system, but that Hiller has had some criticism and some observations regarding, let's say, like the consistency in judging or something, which I don't care about, or having someone there who hires people on skin color, and maybe that's why it's the company's not doing as well as like we hoped it would, or just whatever. I feel like Hiller's just making observations and pointing it out to them. I don't think that they're holes. And then this final thing, what did he just say? What was that? Fuck, I missed it. I lost my train of thought. I had a Joe Biden moment.
Or embarrassing to the organization.
Oh, leaks. How the leaks. And by the way, that's the key to having a moment when you forget shit. Like just go with it. Just accept it. Like if you try to fight it or fix it on the it's like, you know, when you fall down and you try to catch yourself, your back will go out. Like if you're walking down a steep lawn and it's slippery, or you're hiking and there's a downhill, you at some point you reach this awareness that like, hey, you better not try to stop. If you start to fall, just lean forward and keep going with it, and you'll catch yourself moving forward. Don't do this shit. you'll fall back, like when you're ice skating or roller skating. And so if Joe could just figure that out, he would be cool. He'd just like laugh at himself and roll with it. Anyway, the leaks, they're not leaks. You're going to see the example he gives. It's not leaks. There aren't leaks coming out of HQ. I don't see these as leaks. When I hear Wooly say that they're leaks, and this isn't, I'm not attacking him or being critical of him, but it's like, hey, you gave the wrong answer. The thing is they just need to be truthful. You just need to be truthful. If they were just honest, it's only a leak if you're being dishonest and hiding something. Yeah, like maybe workouts, like the workout coming out on accident, maybe that's a leak. But the things that people are saying are leaks aren't leaks. You're just not being truthful and honest. You're not just being completely truthful. Like if you don't want to say anything, just be like, hey, I ain't telling you that. Don't make up a story about it. Hey, I ain't telling you that. Like someone will be like, hey, dude, like I ain't attacking Dave. He's my friend. But he did this, this, and this. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. I ain't defending him. And like, or if you do see me defending him and I think he's wrong, I'll defend him even when I think he's wrong because he's my friend. Like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Like, just be honest. It's just honesty. I don't even think that most people know what it means to be honest. I don't think they have enough space in between their thoughts to know if they're being honest or not. They don't have enough self-awareness to even know if they're being honest. Maybe. I don't know what he's talking about. Patrick Lang says, isn't the workouts being released early multiple times in the past 6 months what they're talking about? Yeah, I don't know. But even that, Pat, right? Like they posted the workout on YouTube on accident. So that wasn't a leak. That was just an error. So like it's just like, because the implication is, and I agree with like the end place where Wooly gets to. I totally agree with him. Like there's a bunch of like, I would say, I'm just guessing that 99% of the people who work at CrossFit are fucking disgruntled and turtled up and scared and fucking hate it. And they're in paralysis and it's just a survival game. It's not even a work game. That would be my guess. Right. And I think that's the thing in a lot of workplaces, right? McDonald's, just any of those jobs. And I think that's the end place that a Wooly gets to. It's like, hey, you have an environment that's not an employment brand. People aren't like probably so excited to go to work there, right? They're just doing it for paycheck. And if you were just honest and free there, like for instance, you could wear a Biden hat there, you couldn't wear a Trump hat there, just to use the most extreme example. You couldn't say, hey, dude, that's completely fucking ridiculous. Like, you could never text Annette and be like, oh my God, that's fucking insane. Are you really hiring people based on their skin color? Like, well, it's a complex. I mean, you would be, it just doesn't work that way. But I don't think it's leaks. Anyway, let's go on.
You can look no farther than how quickly Hiller gets his information. You can look at some of the questions in that great interview that Peter did.
That's an astute observation. That for anyone who had a sharp eye, like Wooly obviously has, you can tell that Peter had a lot of information that wasn't public based on what the questions he was asking, leading questions that let you know that like Pedro knows some shit.
That very clearly came from inside sources. And I can tell you from personal experience, on multiple situations, I've been sent stuff from inside sources that I've never used. I'll give you a very specific example.
Now, this is the part that's crazy. This is the part that makes me like this is where Wooly just completely swerves out of his lane. Like, dude, you pick a lane. You're either in the middle lane, the slow lane, the fast lane, like whatever lane you're in, stick in it. But this part really, I was just like, holy fuck.
You guys lost your mind when Hiller did his post on Jada Coates, who again, I love the guy, super nice dude, but none of us knew him when he started. And within minutes of you guys hiring him, I received a text message with the video of him talking about CrossFit being dangerous. The text message came from a friend who got it from someone who sits on your affiliate board.
So much to fucking unpack there. First of all, I don't know for a fact that they lost their mind when the DeCoons video came out, but I think it's a safe assumption. But I don't know. DeCoons seemed to handle it like a fucking champ. And then so that's the first thing. Then the second thing is it's not a leak if the video is out there in public. So once again, I feel like maybe Wooly is saying, "Hey, you guys need to play politics better," and my message would be like, "Hey, no, you need to be more honest," and that's an important distinction. But Wooly is saying because the person was close to HQ and the affiliate council, they should have been playing the politics better and not sent that to him, who's an internet maven. But then Wooly, if that's the truth, then Wooly is admitting that you should be hiding the truth in order to get the ship moving forward and smoothly. And you shouldn't be telling the truth, when you could also argue that someone on the affiliate council should be sharing that information. That's their job. If the affiliate council, is the affiliate council supposed to be helping the affiliates, or is it supposed to be helping CrossFit? And so CrossFit is the one that sent out the email that said DeCoons didn't even have his L1, which I think is even crazier than him being hired to run affiliates, not have his L1, then or have even attended an L1. I don't care if he has his L1, attended a dozen L1s, as opposed to at one point him saying that CrossFit's dangerous. But all that being said, and John, I don't mean this in a bad way, but like I think this is just like typical like Fox News or CNN just dumb talk. It's not. I just don't think it's deep and penetrating, and there's too many questions that you're opening by what you're saying. But it's that last part I'm tripping on. Who is on the affiliate council? I only know I only know two people: Craig Howard and Jason Khalipa. And if let me see if I can ask someone real quick. Does anyone know who's on the affiliate council? Can anyone tell me? But either way, did he just fucking out Craig Howard? That's the part that I was like, what the fuck?
It doesn't get much more internal than that. Hiller has
yeah, that part doesn't make sense either. There's too many presuppositions I have to make.
Clearly poked holes in your system 3 times now by my count, and I'm sure there's going to be more. And so the question you guys should be asking isn't, why is Hiller attacking us? The question you should be asking is, what can we do better based on this situation moving forward? It's a really simple process. The second question that you need to be asking, and you should be asking this a lot, is why are so many internal employees that work at CrossFit so willing to leak information that could be potentially harmful or embarrassing to the organization? You can look no farther than how quickly Hiller gets his information. You can look at some of the questions and that.
Yeah, the affiliate council isn't really, I don't know if it would consider an internal organization. And if it is, then it's pointless. CrossFit, hey, Sevon, how about your guys making media with your girlfriend? Wasn't he the only reason Tia Wright got so much media back in the day? Oh, you're talking about Haynes making maybe. The thing is with making media too, at least you basically are just doing everything. It's not like that. I want to see your point. So much of the media we make is just who you have access to, right? So Dan Bailey moved to Santa Cruz, right? So he lived here for 3 months. So we made a shitload of content with him, right? So a lot of it is just like who you have access to. Because back in the day, everyone was just working like fucking maniacs, right? So like you see my mom in so many videos that CrossFit publishes. And why? Because she lived in the area. It had nothing to do with the fact that it was my mom. She was in the area, and they didn't even ask me. I think I was already like on the outs. I think that was like my whole team had already been fired when my mom started doing those. I was actually shocked that they asked my mom, to be honest with you. And so it's not really like that. It's so much of it's like I didn't the people I choose to interview, you guys know Tucker the fucker. I think he took last place at the West Regional, but he was so accessible and he was so wonderful that I interviewed him a lot in the behind the scenes. It's really just so much of it is like opportunistic. But there are some interesting things. I've told you guys this before. anyway, I don't want to get into the Jonathan Haynes things right now. But when Rosa sold the company, or when Rosa bought the company with Berkshire, and there's another company, I keep fucking forgetting its name. There's actually two companies that own CrossFit. Some really weird shit happened that actually at the time I was too naive to see. And I was too naive to see. Caller, hi.
Hi. Yo, what's up? Do you and Dave talk about this stuff on the side?
No. Yes, but I'm very respectful. Dave never wants to be put in a position. I know Dave, and he never wants to be put in a position to lie. Right. So I don't want to ask him anything that would make it so he has to lie to anyone at work. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And even if I did, he'd be like, "Hey, dude, that's none of your business." But he's very good at keeping me at arm's distance. I can say that stuff though. I can say stuff to him though, and I feel very comfortable, and he feels very comfortable. We can have an open dialogue, but I'm also respectful of the fact that I don't ever want to put him in a position where he has to lie. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I'm super duper. I try to be super duper respectful of that.
Well, just like when you have guests on that they have other interests and they don't want to ruin their brand, quote unquote, you're respectful with them when they come on.
It's like I'm not asking Dave if I can do the behind the scenes, because I'm being respectful of the fact that I know that Jenna Haka is there, and he took the time to introduce me to Jenna Haka at the West Coast Classic, and I take that as him saying, you need to talk to her. Get what I'm saying? So maybe last year I was like, Dave, hook me up, or Don, hook me up. I went directly to Dave and Don, and I negotiated with them. And Dave wouldn't have introduced me to Jenna. Like, he's a chain of command guy, right? And he respects and he's not going to. Part of the way he respects himself is respecting other people. And so he's not going to disrespect someone just because they disrespect him or they do something wrong. It's kind of like Mother Teresa said, be nice to people because you're not a nice person, not because they're nice to you. And so he tries to be really, I mean, he doesn't try. He's really true to himself. So.
Yeah, well, Heidi just mentioned, like, how does he work with these people? Only because I saw that, that little rant he did with Annette, defending Annette. Listen, she's Team CrossFit. He's got to defend his people, but man, I just don't see how someone like Dave can hang with these people, working with them. It's such a difference. I don't get it.
I went back and watched some of that again, and basically, yeah, I think he has to address it to stay true to his brand, right? And that's a stupid word. Sorry. He has to address it to stay true to his values and how he wants to communicate with the community. He wants them to know that he's like, if he just buried it and avoided it, there would be something disingenuous and borderline dishonest. And so he addresses it. But what I heard him say is like, hey, I've never done that. Oh no, I've never been forced to hire someone based on the things that Hiller's not accusing, but shown us that Annette prides herself in, right? I mean, she prides herself in hiring people based on their skin color. And so he's basically saying, I've never been forced to do that. In the sense that like it may have come across like he's defending her, but he's also exonerating himself. Is that the right word? Exonerating?
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we've all worked with fucked up people, right? I mean, you were a cop, you work with some fucked up people, right?
Yep. And it's hard to defend people who have so the biggest thing with law enforcement, you have the power. That's kind of like a bad word, but you have the ability to take away someone's freedom, because you can literally lock them up and not give them their freedom. Their freedoms get taken away.
Right.
And when you see something that's kind of like borderline, should he be or should she be doing this? It's hard to do the whole dance. It's like with George Floyd. Like, that poor Asian cop, it was like his first week. He's not going to tell.
How about the arresting
guy,
officer? The arresting officer was a black dude. I think he graduated the highest in his academy in like 40 years.
They all got locked. They all went to jail. So it's tough. It's tough to do. So yeah, just like I said, Heidi said, like, you know, Dave's hanging with these guys, these girls. It's tough to see like how he's doing that. Especially Dave's been there since like almost day one with CrossFit. He's
right.
He knows the way it was. It's like It's like Abercrombie now. Like, you know, Philip Kelly will attest to this. Like Abercrombie back in the day, it was like you were proud of wearing like an Abercrombie sweatshirt or clothes because it meant something. It meant you were part of the club. And like when you CrossFit and put a CrossFit shirt on, it's like you're part of that club. When you see someone at the airport and like, oh, they know what's up. Now it's just like, yeah, it's not the same.
What do you think? What do you think? What do you think Woolie's doing? You think like has he changed?
He's red pilled.
Really?
I think he's slowly turning. Maybe like
I don't think so. Here's why I don't think he's red pilled, and I hope I'm wrong. I think he's more of a populist because once you're red pilled, you start like really focusing on the details, and you stop making presuppositions, and you start getting more granular, right? And that whole, and someone said if you listen to his whole YouTube video, he goes into more detail, but it still is. It's still not. I still don't think it's like very honest. You know, like someone would use like someone who's like has climate change as a religion. They call it climate change, and someone who's like looked into it is like, hey, do you actually believe in anthropogenic global warming, meaning it's caused by humans? And then at that point, you're like, oh my God, that person actually has looked into it a little bit. I just feel like he's running it through the same paradigm. It's like yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm struggling with it. Something doesn't. It feels like it's more maybe populist stuff. I'm just not sure what he's doing. I'm not sure.
Well,
what he's
obviously,
doing.
when I say red, I don't mean a Republican Democrat.
Neither do I. I don't mean Republican or Democrat, but I just mean sort of an awakening that's for like logical and clarity reasons. You know what I mean? Like like if I'm voting Republican so I can get pussy, or if I'm voting Democrat to get pussy, like I haven't thought it out. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, I'm still using the same paradigm, which is like to get pussy. As opposed to if you're a black dude, at some point you might be like, you really don't want to be around racist people, and finally you wake up to the scam that is the Democrats, that they're like tricking you to keep yourself on the plantation. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he's waking up like that. I mean, if he is, congratulations to him. That'd be crazy. That'd be dope.
Does he still do those the kettlebell? What is it called? Kettlebell.
The cocktails. The one, the Danny Spiegel, Nikki, one, Brazer's one. I don't know. I don't know if he does. Caleb's here though. That's all that matters. That's
it. Hey, Caleb.
Caleb, is that menstrual fluid? I know you're away from your wife. Is that menstrual fluid that you're drinking?
Usually I keep it in the freezer, and then I just kind of thaw it out whenever I need to.
Like when I'm in town, will you send me a cup of your flow?
Please. I need it.
What is that? You're drinking a Bloody Mary? What is that?
No, it's actually Paper Street coffee.
Oh,
but I made it in a this thing. I can't remember what it's called.
They call him the Beeve because he drinks menstrual fluid.
That's right. That's what my diet consists of. Menstrual fluid.
All right. Well, thanks. Nice hearing your voice. Hey, Jethro, how's the affiliate?
Awesome. I had 30 members today just in the morning classes.
Wow.
Freaking fantastic.
Wow.
Rocking and rolling.
All right. Well,
thanks for asking.
Yeah.
30
that's awesome.
members.
Yeah.
Hey, you have any good filmmakers? You have any good filmmakers in your gym?
I DM'd you. I wanted to send you our first draft of our first video.
Yeah. I saw that. I just ignored that.
You actually.
Hey,
yeah,
you got to text me the video if you want me to see it. There's no fucking way I can see it if you don't text me.
You know why I can't text it to you?
Oh shit. Oh,
I got an Android.
Shit.
You know what? I'll have Julie send it to you.
Jesus Christ. Your life sucks.
Yeah. Yo, that affiliate commercial that you posted, dude, freaking awesome.
I'm gonna wait till you see this next one. I'm gonna play it now.
All right, I'm gonna go watch it. Peace and love.
Okay, peace and love.
Bye.
Later, dude.
Bye.
You guys single-handedly fucking just remember, you affiliates that hate me, just remember.
I had shoulder surgery, shoulder replacement surgery. There was a point in time where I wasn't sure I wanted to come back and go through the rehab and have to kind of start over. My name is Paul Ellis from Salt Lake City, Utah, and I'm 57 years old. My first week back after 6 months of rehab, the coaches here took time to talk to me about where I was and how we could rehab and how we could get back to where I wanted to be. That competitive spirit never dies inside you, but sometimes the body can't keep up, and that's a struggle. And the coaches have recognized that and have helped out a lot. To me, Salty Hive cares about the individual. Whether you're younger or older, or you're elite, or you're brand new, I've watched and noticed how everybody's important. And that keeps me coming back.
Brought to you by Two Brain Business, Caleb Beaver, and the Sevan Podcast. Dude, there's so many. I love the pride flag. Love the pride flag. Nothing like letting you know that pedos are welcome. The pedo. Let's call it the pedo. Let's call it what it is. The pedo flag.
The pride flag.
So sad. What's happened to the pride flag? The whole fucking
of it.
Yeah. Dear Patrick, dear Sevan, I don't feel like this is good promotional for CrossFit, starting it off with a major shoulder surgery. But thank you. That's some solid insight. Thank you. Fucking this guy Brett, what's his name? Brett Hoffer. Fuck, he's killing it. He's making so many of these. So I'm gonna have this dude Brett Hoffer on, and very soon. And we're gonna go through all the videos that he's made, and basically it's gonna be like, hey, this is what you have to do to enter the film contest. And if you're a filmmaker or you know a filmmaker, you can watch these, you can copy these, and you can submit 5, and they can be much shorter than that. I prefer shorter ones. This fucking guy made them all 90 seconds. Fucking Brett. Anyway, they're fucking amazing. He'll tell you what camera he used, tell you where he got his music. We can ask him everything. It'll be a show like that. And in first place, if you win that contest, is $5,000. And I'm telling you, we're not going to get a lot of submissions. But in the next year, yeah, it's great, right? And you get brand new fucking camera for that much. And the thing is, in the next, we'll do the contest, and then, but in the next year, I'm going to have 100 of those. And then at some point, you just got to be like, they have the athletes on, they have the business affiliate show, they're supported by Two Brain, they have commercials, and so. Do you know about this? Do you know about this thing? Do you know about the thing Sousa has? Sousa has this website.
MediaLaunch.io.
What is it?
MediaLaunch.io.
No, not that. I don't think it's that. He has something else. I'm going to call him and ask him. He's built this place that's like a gathering site. I'm embarrassed to say that I haven't been there. A gathering site for affiliates. And I think he's going to put all these commercials on there so that any affiliate could download them and use them. But I'm going to use them for P breaks and shit. I'm just going to use them to just pump affiliates, right? play one a show. And I'll have 100 of them.
Oh, I think I found it. School.
Oh yeah, school. I've heard him say it's like a school. Yeah. Yep, that must be it. I haven't been there yet. Well, let me see what it is. Media launch. Oh wait, let me see. CrossFit affiliate trainers and athletes. Keep scrolling down. Let me read that for a second. There's a lot of crap out there from programs that don't understand how to attract new members. It's quite simple. Create, distribute content showing that you give a shit. Want to learn how? Join free media launch community. Oh, maybe it is media launch. But anyway, and I think there's over 150. Maybe they're even approaching 200 affiliates now that are members. And he's just loading it up. I heard someone compare it to the affiliate toolkit, but it being better.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's all free.
Better than the thing that CrossFit's distributing for affiliate owners personally?
Yeah, I haven't checked it out. I don't have time for this. Unfortunately, I wish I had more time to see what he's doing.
170 members already, though. That's pretty.
Oh
wild.
yeah, okay. So 170 affiliates already. Yeah. So we're gonna put. And he's like, "Hey, can we put all the commercials on there for free?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, thank you." So there'll be some place where you can download them and run them on your YouTube or do whatever.
Wow.
Oh, here, Dan Guerrero. Oh, Dan Guerrero. I'm part of it. It's extremely valuable. Sousa's that dude.
That dude. Hell yeah.
Hey.
Ortega.
Hey, what's up? What's up, dude?
Hey, that media launch thing, man. Oh, that school app. It's a lot for the owners to go in there and share like their success as far as what they've done inside their affiliates to get them better, like members, actual members and leads. And they even share like the what's it called, like videos they do for their for their gyms, promotional videos and shit. So it's a lot of stuff for gym owners just to get more money.
Are you an affiliate owner?
No, I'm not, but my girlfriend is.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. Even better. Even better. All right.
Yeah.
Hey. So you endorse it?
100%, man. I'm on there now.
Are you a first time caller?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Let me guess what kind of car you drive.
You already said El Camino.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you have called before.
No, you just said it on the show that I drive an El Camino.
I did.
Yeah.
It's Ortega.
Ortega Tacoma.
Oh, maybe Ortega said it. This guy drives El Camino. Oh, I thought for sure you drove. Oh, okay.
No, I'm Ortega. You told
He's
me.
Ortega.
Oh, you're Ortega. Oh, okay. Yeah. Man, you sound like a straight vato. I like it.
Yeah, man. I'm from fucking LA.
Oxnard, SA. All right. Hey, thanks for calling.
LA,
Thanks for calling. So you like it, Ortega? It's good.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of information on there. If you're like a gym owner, you should be on there. There's a lot of promotional videos, and gym owners will tell you like what's actually worked for them to bring in more leads or to help their members.
Okay, because it's growing fast. Hey, fuck you guys. I didn't. Sevon getting that Biden memory. Fuck you. Oh, hi, Jessica. Sorry. I don't want to be aggressive to you. I've never been aggressive to you. But Sevon showing his age. I actually didn't say it. Someone wrote it in the comments. I actually didn't read it out loud. Douche canoes.
Sorry, man. I'll take you my El Camino down the one.
Okay.
One of these days.
All right. Thank you.
All right, man.
Bye.
Later.
I didn't say it, right, Caleb?
Say what?
I didn't say that dude. I didn't know that was Ortega.
Right. I knew that.
Okay. So, but
I knew it. I did as soon as you said, let me guess what kind of car you drive. I immediately went to El Camino.
Okay, but I never said it. Like he said, I said it. If I said it, it was on a previous show. I never said it on this show.
Correct. No.
And if I didn't make the connection that it's Ortega, and I will take this, I don't have an ear that's sensitive to like picking up on people's voices outside of their race. Oh, me love you long time. Or do not touch the elephant.
Oh, China man.
Yeah. Do not touch the elephant, kids. Kids, do not steal from the convenience store, please.
I'm from Vietnam. Dog
Get the fuck out of here. Have a nice day. Okay, Hawk Tui girl. Oh my God. Did you see the you guys want to see something fucking crazy? You want to Ariel Lowen is ahead of her time. Miles. Yeah. I don't know how to say this about Ariel. She's fertile. Like she was easy for Dylan to get pregnant. She has, you know how like all you need to do to planet Earth is sprinkle water and sun on it and just fucking crazy shit happens, right? This thing just does a couple things. It just spins and then it hangs out by the sun and just fucking life is exploding on it, right? Would you agree with that?
Okay.
Caleb?
Yeah, sure.
That's the Earth, right?
Yep.
Just gets fucking pounded all day by the sun, just getting the shit fucked out of it, right?
Yep.
And because of that, mixed with some water and some oxygen, this fucking thing is just flourishing. I mean, you've seen those videos, like if humans left the planet, like within like a year, the whole fucking thing's covered in plants. Like buildings are covered in shit.
Right. And all the skyscrapers are decimated because they just, yeah.
Right? Okay. Well, you're not even going to believe, but I'm telling you, like, she's like Mama Earth, Ariel. She's like that. She's like the great creator. She's the manifestation of that. That's the nicest way I can say it about her.
Okay.
Without getting crass. She
good enough.
Okay, yeah. Okay, let me see if I can
I'm uploading it right now if I can.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, that way it'll just show full screen here.
Oh, okay. Awesome. You're not even going to believe it. This is the clip Caleb's going to show you from the West Coast Classic. This is pre-Hawk Tui chick. This is a clip from the behind the scenes. Hey, this is one of those clips where Rios is going through the footage. He's like, dude, what do you think? Like, I think we should, but I don't know.
Dicey.
Yeah, this is dicey. Like, this is the kind of thing that someone at HQ could see and be like, hey, he can't come to the games, period.
All right, you ready?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. Here we go, people. Now listen carefully. Listen carefully to Ariel. She's a G, way ahead of her time. Fuck the Hawk Tui chick. Here we go. I've been needing to tell someone this. You know, like one of the worst things that can happen to you when you're taking a shit is like your dick touch anything like around the toilet. You know what I mean? Like touch the water, or like the front or anything.
Ariel knows all about that.
Yeah, and I was just in there and my dick touched the porcelain in front of me. I was like, fuck.
You probably got an STD.
I don't know. It looked pretty clean.
Dude, come
These are
on.
the things men have to go through.
You just
yeah.
spit on it. You gotta give it that pop and spit on that thing.
My toilet seat or my dick? I didn't even get the joke at the time. I didn't even get the joke. You can tell by my response, I didn't even get the joke. Totally over my head. Did you spit on it? Hey, let's watch that one more time. I want to watch her more closely if she gives a head gesture when she does it. Let me see one more time. Let me see. I've been needing to tell someone this. You know, like one of the worst things that can happen to you when you're taking a shit is like your dick touch anything like around the toilet. You know what I mean? Like touch the water, or like the front or anything.
Ariel knows all about that.
Yeah, and I was just in there and my dick touched the porcelain in front of me. I was like, fuck.
You probably got an STD.
I don't know. It looked pretty clean.
Dude, come on.
These are the things men have to go through.
You just
yeah.
spit on it. You gotta give it that pop and spit on that thing.
My toilet seat or my dick? Ooh, 2 beers in Ariel, and she gave a little. Did you spit on it? She gave a little gestural prompt, slight, like a little pigeon, like you know when pigeons walk.
A little bit.
Damn,
that was funny. She's ahead of her time.
I couldn't even believe it. Sevi, doesn't your dick point upward? No, I'm always like 50 times a day. I'm pulling it up. It wants to fucking hang down to my knees.
He's got droopy balls.
I don't have droopy balls. I barely even have balls.
Wow.
I'm all meat, no potatoes.
All shriveled up inside you, huh?
John George, just got here. Have you guys talked about Sean Woodland? We could talk about it. I don't know if there's anything to talk about quite yet.
It's sad. Disappointing.
Yeah. Someone said to me, they're like, what do you give? I'm like, hey, that's crazy that they're not using Sean Woodland. They're like, what do you give a fuck? 1 minute you fucking hate the guy. The next minute, 1 minute you hate the Lone Ranger. Or no, wait. Yeah, Lone Ranger. The next minute you think it's bad that he got kicked out. I'm like, hey, dude, listen. I've always been on the straight and narrow about how I feel. I don't appreciate the fact that I heard stories of him reporting people for wearing masks at CrossFit, or not when they didn't wear masks at the office. That being, and I think he's done some really stupid woke shit. And I think that he tried to play the game and woke eats the woke. That does not mean I've ever said anything bad about his commentating. Never. I've only said the positive.
That's why he's been doing it for so long, right?
Yeah, he's fucking the shit. He's the voice of CrossFit. Yeah, like I think it's stupid. I think it's stupid. I mean, just because you're a fucking whatever it is, if he's not diddling kids, give him his job. Yeah, like fuck, he's so fucking good at it. I'm okay with moving people in and out around him.
Yeah,
like Conway seems like a great addition to the team. He's fucking dope.
Yeah, he does a pretty good job.
Yeah.
It's just weird what they've been doing. Like just plug and playing the weirdest people into the weirdest spots.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, the little bit of people are so harsh to Lauren Cleo. I think Lauren Cleo's fine too. There's like maybe one or two people that I think have been bad, and I haven't seen them in a long time. And actually, those people are good. Like Annie Sakamoto, I think she belongs at a desk. I don't think she belongs commentating. I think at the desk, she's amazing. I think
like
Pat
when she did the update show.
Yeah, I think Pat Sherwood's amazing at the desk. You know, I think Rory's amazing at the desk. I thought Tanya Wagner, Lauren Camille, Jamie Hagaya. I think people have been great when they're in the right position. They've been great. I even Woolly's bitch, fucking Nikki. Like people always rip her for the questions she asks, and it's like, fuck you. You go out there and try to fucking ask 3 questions in fucking 45 seconds. See, like, it's fucking hard. I don't think I've ever heard.
After a while, you do something long enough, you should probably get better at it, right?
Yeah, like I don't think Nikki's like amazing at it, like Mike Arsenault, but I
mean, Mike Arsenault is on another level too, though.
Yeah,
he's
but I think
John and Chase on the same team.
I think Bella Martin's been great. What I saw her, wherever I saw her do last, I thought she was good at, like a floor announcer, like doing the Roy McKernan thing, the sideline.
Yeah, she did like the Mike Arsenault role at Oceania or whatever.
Yes, in Oceania. Yeah, she was great. I think people are like, dude, people would be like that at the UFC too, and then they brought in the ESPN commentators, and then you really saw who was horrible. The ESPN commentators were horrible. The black guy who everyone loves, Stephen A. Smith. I mean, he did like 2 shows and he was gone. He was horrible at it.
That was rough.
Like I don't think anyone's like everyone knows Nikki's a CrossFitter. I'm
Everybody
not
knows Megan O'Leary does jiu-jitsu.
Oh, does she?
Yeah, and her husband's like a
he was a pro fighter. I
Pretty
think he's
competitive black belt.
Yeah, and he was in the UFC for a while. And the other chick, the super hot chick with the huge fake titties, she's a great commentator, even though she looks like an OnlyFans girl, Laura Sanko.
Oh, that's right.
She's dope.
Yeah, she's good.
How did you know that Sevon just got a boner? When I said Laura Sanko, I felt movement. I'll tell you, you want to know who just the most ridiculous chick is? It's kind of overwhelming being around her. Like she did not disappoint. Her presence. She's so fucking incredible.
Kelsey Keel?
Yes.
Really?
Dude. She is no, Danny was Danny. I picture Danny was pretty amazing, but Kelsey Keel is like wonderful.
Wow.
Like wonderful. Her presence. God, I hope she makes the demo team. She is wonderful. Yeah, Kels. Yeah, it's nuts.
Kels.
Yeah. Seriously, I picture being with her is probably it's like having always a menage a trois.
What is a menage a trois?
That's like you're with 2 girls at the same time, I think. Yeah, she's cool as fuck. Like you walk around the house naked with her always. Like no one wears clothes. She's so fucking cool and she's so fucking powerful. She's such a powerful human being. But doesn't like it's not her first move. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't like she could just fucking like she doesn't have fake cocky. She doesn't seem fake or like cocky. Call her high.
Hey, I know you were like 2.5 hours in now, so if I missed it, you can just tell me to F off. Did we talk about the debate already?
Oh, I'd love to talk about the debate. What would you like to say about it?
Dude, just watching the debate. I only watched it for like 10 minutes because unwatchable. And you can maybe, unscrew my head a little bit, but I felt like bad for our country. And listen, I'm voting Trump no matter what in this scenario. But even just the way that they ask a question and they totally ignore the question and then just shit talk each other the entire time. It feels like reality TV. You know what I mean? Like I can't believe that this is like the people that we've decided somehow that we're voting on.
That's the thing. We haven't even decided yet. These two haven't even been decided as presidential candidates. This was just like a, hey, you want to do this and let's do it.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, Caleb. Hold that thought. Hi, babe. What's up?
They're leaving the spur now. Do you want to go to the point?
Oh, sure. I'd love to. Can I meet you there?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They want to take one wheel. Should I have them do that or just walk?
Are the other kids? What are the other kids doing?
I don't know. If they're walking, should I just have our boys walk then?
Yeah, or they can ride skateboards.
Okay.
It'll be weird if they're riding one wheels and the other kids aren't.
That's what I thought.
Okay. All right. I'll see you down there.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Haley.
Yeah.
Make sure they're like dressed in the proper attire. You know what I mean? The Argyle. No, make sure they look nice.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Of course.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Sorry. No, caller. You stay. Okay, Caleb. Get back on your horse, Caleb.
No, I'm just like, this was just like they agreed to do it, so they did it. Neither of them have been decided upon by either party that they're going to be the candidates.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no way that the Republican Party is not going to let Trump in unless something happens with the trial and all legal crap. And I mean, I could certainly see the Democrats getting Biden out somehow because I only watched for 10 minutes and he had like the weirdest pause. And then he just like said some random shit at the end just to finish a sentence. I mean, it was embarrassing. And obviously we kind of knew that was going to happen or assumed that could happen to him. But dude, it was just tough. I did not feel better about the United States of America after only watching it for like 15 minutes.
Hey, can I tell you what was disappointing for me?
Yeah.
The fact that it's never addressed to the Democrats. They keep saying we need to tax the rich. We need to keep taxing the rich. And it needs, the opening sentence of that paragraph has been like, hey, you've been doing that for 50 years and it's not working. But someone needs to explain to all of those people that all you're doing is paying more people to do nothing. And someone needs to explain like the way economics works to them. And like someone needs to be like, yeah, of course we're not going to tax the rich, because when you don't tax the rich, they still spend the money. And we'd rather have Elon be fucking trying to get to Mars, Bezos getting packages to us faster, and Elon putting better airbags and making newer cars and making better technology. Oh no, my son's crying. What's wrong, dude? Anyway, I think Trump. I feel really good about Trump. I hear what you're saying about them not asking the questions, but I feel like a lot of the questions were loaded. How about the fact of just making the assumption that climate change is fucking like something that's some sort of bad thing
to even talk about?
Yeah. And so like I didn't blame Trump for like avoiding that question. And here, let me say one more really good thing about Trump. Although I don't think he was a great orator last night, I'd give him like a 6. But at one point when the abortion issue came up, he even slipped in there, hey, you have to do some things to get elected.
Trump said that?
Yeah.
He did.
And I was like,
pretty
holy
clearly.
shit. So like, you can tell me 1,000 things he fucking lied about. That right there transcended anything they lied about. Like if he said he had the best economy ever in the world, like I don't know if that's true, or if he said whatever he was saying, like those nuances to me don't matter, because we do know the economy was good. But the fact that he admitted that, dude, you'll never hear a fucking politician say that ever. How about like that would be like Joe Biden saying like, yeah, I know fucking abortion is killing kids, but it's a tough decision. But I don't want to take away a women's autonomy over their bodies. I mean, it was like that kind of moment.
Yeah, that I did. I totally felt that he answered that question or that topic the best that I watched. I cut it off pretty quickly after that. But he maybe played the line a little bit, but made his stance pretty clear as well.
Yeah. And I didn't mind the golf talk either. I thought it made them a little bit human. Could you hold on one second? Joey, come over here, baby. Come and stand in front of me. Why are you crying? Are you crying because you want to take the one wheel to the beach? Sweetheart, the other kids aren't going to have one wheels. Are you still going to ride it even though they don't have it? Okay. I'll call Mama and tell her to pack the one wheel. I think it's going to be weird. I think it's going to be weird if you have... It's not... What did Mama say? You don't want to go if you're not riding the one wheel? What about the other kids there? There's going to be 4 other kids there. What about just riding your skateboard? The skateboard's not fun if they're walking? How about you walk this time? I know you're going to have fun. You're not going? You're going to stay here with me? Okay, I think that's the wrong choice, but you can do that. Okay. I'm coming? Okay, I'll meet you there. I'm going to drive there separately. Okay, I love you. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for coming and talking to me. You the man, Joey. President of the United States, Donald Trump. Hey, and I like, to be honest with you, I like the bravado. I like it that he doesn't even say he's going to wait, that he doesn't wait until he says he's even going to be president. He's like, if I'm elected, I'll get that hostage back. I just like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I like a little chest pounding.
Yeah, he called out Biden because he's like, yeah, he's just been twiddling his thumbs this whole time. He doesn't. He has no communication with Putin or any of the other foreign powers, and nobody wants to talk to him, and everybody thinks he's weak. And he's like,
and caller, you have to. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Caleb.
It's like he said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to build up that communication again. We're going to build the relationships. We're going to do all those things, and like we're going to be a strong power again because right now we're not.
And what about what about who's running the fucking country right now? Like, that's what's bizarre. Who the fuck is running the country right now? Who's leading it? It sure as hell hasn't been Biden.
Yeah, that is true. That's the part that is probably the scariest. Is he's just a sock puppet, right? They're just kind of setting him up and sending him on stage wherever he is, just long enough until he, gets tired or can't handle himself. And clearly other people are making decisions and or leading the country, and he's not. And that's what Trump knows.
Dude, it's a bunch of trannies and betas. Have you seen the new person that they tried to get as the White House or as the Secretary of Communication or something? That new position that he just nominated? It's just a bunch of fucking weirdos, blue hairs and septum ring motherfuckers are running the country right now. Or what's her name? The lady, the guy, lady, tranny thing that's in charge of our health, the Secretary of Health, Assistant Secretary to Health. It's just so weird to think who's running the country, or Jean-Pierre, whatever her name is. Like, there's not one. Just like, can't we just have like just one normal person? Oh yeah, who is the guy? No, did you see the guy he just appointed? Let me see if I can communications appointed. Nope, I can't find it. Fuck, who is that guy? Maybe someone will say it in the chat. They just appointed a guy, and he's so fucking weird, and his Instagram is so weird. He's just wearing women's clothes and has all sorts of piercings, and he's a fucking trip. I just want someone who's just like focused on their job, that isn't worried about like cosmetics.
Yeah.
You think Trump's going to win? You think Trump's going to win? Oh, Rachel Levine also is a fucking psycho.
Oh my God. Well, the new person for that position just started talking about how gun violence is now a health problem. It's like a health issue, like a Department of Health issue. Now the Department of Health needs to step in and say that there's a pandemic of gun violence and gun deaths. So they're going to start doing whatever they do.
Who do you think's going to win, caller?
I mean, I'm biased. I think like to think Trump's going to win. I think that just overall the general vibe and the general opinion of the country is like we are not better off now than we were when he was at presidency, right? And I know COVID is a big stupid ass excuse that people are going to use and what it was like back then. But overall, I mean, just in my job, I'm in sales and I talk to people 3 times a day, 4 times a day. And it's like just the overall opinion of people's money and their future outlook has totally changed over the last 2.5, 3 years, where it was like, dude, when Trump was running, it was like everybody felt good about the future. They were willing to spend money on things. They were willing to take some risks. And this last 2 years or so, it seems like it's flipped, man. And people are holding tight to the gun belt. People aren't as, inflation is really, really bad for the everyday people. And I don't know that, nobody can really fix that in one term, right? But I would like to say just because of how shitty it is, I could see people flipping back to Trump because he's going to be the only other option. I don't think that I wouldn't want RFK to win anyways, but he's not going to really get enough steam to make it even a factor. So unless they get Biden out and something totally changes and they get some sort of a better qualified candidate on that side, that could maybe help them. But
all right, cool. I think he's going to win too. Hey, let me ask you on a side note. We're going to start a poll now. You ready, Caleb? What do you think is grosser, cutting your fingernails at the kitchen table or anal sex?
Okay.
Which do you think is grosser?
Oh, Jesus, what a question. What is grosser, cutting your fingernails at the kitchen table or anal sex?
Yeah.
My answer personally is going to be anal sex.
Okay, good. Yeah, me too. Okay. You passed the litmus test. Thank you.
There you go. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, I started the show off by telling you guys I have a friend who's freaked out by people cutting their nails, like their fingernails, and versus anal. And my friend's way into anal. I'm like, how the fuck is like? Have you tried anal? No, Jake, I have not. I have not tried anal.
Like some sort of puppet.
Caller, hi.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, is this Caleb?
This is Sevon, but would you like to talk to Caleb?
Oh, hey, Seven. It's Seva. It's your cousin.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm just watching the show.
Oh, man, I'm really disappointed in my viewers. We just put up a poll, and people think that cutting fingernails is grosser than anal. What's wrong with these people?
Wait, is this the... are you live right now or no? Or
I am.
Watching an old show?
No, I'm live right now.
Okay, I'm muted my mic. But, as far as this debate is concerned, this was all premeditated. Your viewers need to understand that it was premeditated, and the plan has been to bring in Gavin Newsom as the nominee at the convention. But because it is premeditated, it is voter fraud, and that they already have this plan in place, and they are going to replace Joe Biden with Nancy Pelosi's nephew, Gavin Newsom.
You think they're going to do that at the convention?
Yeah, it can be stopped because they're since it is premeditated, it is fraud against the voters because the voters aren't.
How do you know that it's premeditated?
Well, there are plenty of things, right?
Wait, real quick, Sevog, before you go on this, you're saying that they let him go up there and purposely shit the bed so they can justify swapping him out at the convention.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And the thing is, Ron DeSantis is a part of this. There's no reason for Ron DeSantis to ever have had a debate with Gavin Newsom, even though DeSantis, crushed him. It's irrelevant. They're trying to put Newsom on the public stage. And this thing has been planned for months. A month and a half ago, I was alerted to this, and I participated in a letter writing campaign to our representatives saying, this cannot be allowed to happen. Just like Ohio changed the rules about getting Joe Biden on the ballot because their convention was going to be before the actual nominee was picked. They altered the rules for that purpose. This is fraud in the biggest sense there is. You can't write a law for one person, and you can't premeditate a fraud against the American people by not giving the Democrat Party, the ability of the people to choose who their nominee is going to be. So if people want to get involved, they should start writing letters to their Congress people, their state representatives, because the states control the election, and stop all this.
God, part of me thinks it's like, on one hand, hey, it's so obvious what you're saying, but on the other hand, this is the party that wants to legalize children making the decision to chop off their own genitalia at the age of 12. They want to, without parents' consent. And so, like, it's hard to say, it's hard to figure out what's, like, I do think a lot of people finally woke up last night to what the rest of us have known for 3 years, that Joe Biden is senile.
Well, the rumor is that a while back he had a stroke.
Right.
But we don't even know which Joe Biden we're seeing every day.
You mean that there might be? You mean there might be fake Joe Bidens?
Well, every president has body doubles, but you ever look at the CIA? They have a director of disguise, where you could wear a full mask and no one has any idea who you are. It's like the movies. It's literally like the movies. What we're seeing is a show.
Do you think Newsom beats him in the election and they turn the whole United States into one giant drug den?
Well, I think, because of the actions, when thousands of people send letters saying this is what the Democrats are planning, they're going to, swap out Joe Biden at the convention and put in Gavin Newsom, because Gavin Newsom can be controlled. He's Pelosi's nephew, right?
Yeah.
And but when thousands of people have already written letters saying this was the plan, it's premeditated, therefore it's voter fraud because the people aren't being given the chance to choose who they want to elect, I think it could be stopped. But I mean, you're in California. You should have these people. You should have your viewers in California. Doing FOIA requests on all communications between Gavin Newsom and the people who run the Biden's campaign, because this is all coordinated, dude.
Hey, it's interesting you say that too, because it was very bizarre last night. I turned on CNN on the ride home, and I've never heard CNN the way I heard it last night. Everyone was mashing Joe Biden, and they had Kamala on, and they're like, hey, is this the guy that's been running the country? Is this the guy you see walking around the White House? And I just can't believe they asked her hard questions like that, because every time I've seen her interviewed, the questions are so softball. I mean, it sounds completely plausible, what you're saying to me, completely.
Well, that's because it's true. I mean, when have I ever lied to you?
No, I don't know. I'm gonna meditate on that tonight.
Yeah. All right, dude.
All right, thank you. Insightful. Thank you.
All right, talk to you.
Bye.
Bye.
Olivia, back to anal. Okay. Clip fingernails kitchen. I like seeing the poll live. What a nice juxtaposition of some important understanding of the human psyche on several fronts. Which is more gross, clipping fingernails at kitchen table or anal? I cannot believe we're at 50-50. What is going on?
Dang, where is all these people voting? Nobody's voting.
What is going on? We will be right back. We will be right back after the. What is going on here? No, I can't answer that. We'll be right back to view the poll some more after this break. I'm going to do a quick pee break. Enjoy.
My name is Josue Bocanegra. I'm originally from Mexico. I'm 27 and I go to Salty Life CrossFit. When I came in here, I was 195, almost 200 pounds, and I had never been that heavy, like ever. And then I got in here, started eating well. You know, we have the consistency is key. That's always, like, I don't know, like ever since I heard it here, like it was always in my head. And it didn't just apply to the gym, it applied to my eating habits, to my workouts, to even like just work, school. Consistency is key. So I started eating healthier, started avoiding sugars, I started avoiding candy because I love candy. I try to avoid it as much as possible, and I'm now 169 pounds this morning actually. And I don't feel skinny either. It's like I'm actually fit, which is awesome, you know? I think it's the most fit I've ever been in my entire life, regardless of playing soccer in high school. Actually trying for a while to get my dad in here because he's struggled with obesity throughout his life. What I tell him all the time is like, you got to get in here because it's not just the gym. It's not just you get in there and people may be just judging you for what you're doing. No, it's a community. It's somewhere where they'll help you actually improve and not just lose weight and actually get strong and actually get fit. And it's so much more than a gym. That's what I tell him.
Moment you've been waiting for. What is more gross? Clipping fingernails at the kitchen table or anal? We're at a 53% think it's fingernails, 47% anal. All right. How good are the commercials? Good, right?
So good.
Damn, look at that, Zach. Yeah, right? Right?
Dude.
Try anal and report back. What would that, like, if you were like, hey, dude, if I was like, hey, escargot is disgusting, and you're like, well, have you ever eaten snails? And I'm like, no. They're like, well, you should try it with some butter and salt. And I try it, and I'm like, oh, actually, it's fucking fantastic. You're right. The snail, what a delicacy. I just don't think, I don't think the spot where the poop comes out can do it for me. Bryson Del Monte. When the Red River, did you put that $4.99 up there on the top?
No, it just comes up when you're looking at it on YouTube. It's just like a little.
That's interesting. And he's getting like thumbs up and shit. When the Red River's flowing, you got to take the dirt road home.
That's
Jeez
right.
Louise.
I mean, you could just ride the Red River home though too if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
Try hard and believe in yourself. You can do whatever you want.
You never look at her arsehole and think yum. I mean, maybe if like fucking 100 beers.
100 beers.
I understand like the cannibalistic component of it. I know there's times that I look at my wife and I just want to just eat her. Like I'm just losing my shit. But just not the dumper. Just not the dumper. Okay. We'll be back to the poll just to see. Crystal Hummer. Crystal. Please tell me that's your real name. I agree with the caller 100%. Not sure it's Newsom, but Dems definitely would lose with Biden unless they cheat again. They will try no matter what who's on the ticket. Yeah. Yeah. Bryson, thank you for the $4.99 also. That one I probably would have read for free if I would have seen it. Get a bidet.
Heard those are good. I haven't had one.
Maybe we need another poll because I'm not grossed out by a woman's period at all. 0.
Okay. Yeah, I respect it.
You know what I mean? Like it's not like
it's not a deterrent for you.
No, it's just like the difference between like a cupcake with frosting and without. It's just a different flavor.
Okay.
It's just different. But the dumper. Bob Loblaw, I heard in a college, an average 80% of the matter under the nails is fecal in origin, so maybe it doesn't matter. I wonder if the farmers from Southern California are listening right now. I did something the other day that I bought a bag of chicken manure, and I just a big bag. It was like, it was heavy, and I don't know, probably 30 or 40 pounds. And I walked around my lawn, and I took handfuls of chicken manure and sprinkled it all over my lawn as fertilizer, instead of like going and buying like fertilizer pellets. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping that would fertilize my lawn. I wonder if my thought, maybe not, and maybe it'll take like a year, right, or two before it because I think the chicken manure takes a while to become available nutrients to the plants. But but that being said, my fingernails and everything, I had chicken manure everywhere, and I was thinking, oh, I'm definitely eating. As I was throwing it out, I'm definitely eating chicken manure right now.
Yeah, for sure. I'm surprised you didn't get just throw it in like a wheelbarrow and then just kick it out that way.
I probably should have with like a little shovel or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad's big, and my dad's always like, why don't you use your wheelbarrow more? I'm like, because I just like carrying the bags around.
Do you have one of those plastic ones with 2 wheels?
No. I have a metal one with the rubber tire, and the bottom's rusted, so like it can't even hold water. Like shit would leak out. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right, I respect it.
Yeah, I'll take a picture of it and post it. Daniel Garrity, my friend did anal once, and his girl pooped on him on accident. Yeah, I had a buddy in college who told me he was having anal with this girl, and it actually fired back. The poop like sprayed at him.
Holy shit!
Out like a vacuum.
Can't be doing it like that.
Yeah,
you got to be like post shower. You got to be nice and clean, and then you got to get into it.
I have this other buddy who, when a girl is going to come over, I swear to God, this is true. I know someone's going to think this isn't true. He has a 1-page write-up that he gives girls before they come over.
No.
Yes. Like don't eat within 12 hours of coming over to my house. Make sure you clean your butt. Like all these things he has.
That's too much, buddy. You're not fucking 50 Shades of Grey, I'll tell you that.
Is there shit like that in that movie?
Yeah, dude. That's like the whole premise of the story.
Oh.
The whole premise of the story is it's like this dude.
I wonder if my buddy got it from there, because I learned about this after that movie came out.
Oh, probably. It's like, so it's a book series, and then they turned it into a movie series.
And the guy gives the chick a write-up before she comes to the house, the processes she needs to do before he comes over and puts it to her.
I can't remember specifically, but it's very much seems that way. Very like specific what he's like ends up asking of her. Yeah.
Wow. Jake Chapman, I make my wife carry me to bed. Yeah, that's cool. I'm cool with that. And girls let him bone them. Yeah, I think they actually line up, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's a thing. I think some chicks dig that. I don't know what it is about it. They definitely do that.
Yeah, I had my wife sign this. You cannot sue me for how horrible I am in bed. Geez Louise, I had a girl tell me she doesn't do anal because it makes me think the dude is gay. Yeah, that's what I think too.
Wow. Why would they want to have sex with you in the first place?
Oh my God, fingernails is gonna lose.
Oh wow, yeah, it's actually getting closer.
Oh my God. What is wrong with you guys? I are Christians allowed to have anal?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. If I hit stop screen, I can do this. Okay, here we go. This guy Grub's Kitchen has all of a sudden popped into my algo big time.
Dear decent, good, classy women, I have a question for y'all. How does it feel to have your character besmirched by these camel toe, pussy print, ass shaking thought bitches? I remember when as a black man, the narrative was black men are thugs and deadbeat dads and pussy hounds. And I was speaking up. No, that's not me. Men ain't like that. Men ain't out here going to jail, making babies by 4, 5 women, thugging, shooting, killing. I was speaking up. But it seemed like no sisters are speaking up against this whorish behavior. I know for a fact if a man walked into a party around my sisters and aunties with his dick pimp swinging and some gray sweatpants, I would say, get the fuck out of here, man. This kid
No tolerance for fucking dick swinging around in gray sweat.
Wow, really?
isn't here. But women.
David Weed, dude is gay. No, but you want to be gay with him. What a great voice. I know you had movement in your pants hearing this guy's voice, David. I know it. This guy is amazing.
Twerk, shake ass, show pussy prints, and the women cheer them on. I just thought I'd never see the day where me as a heterosexual man would say, I'm fucking sick of bitches showing they pussy and ass. And I use the word just like that. Any woman on the internet showing her pussy lips is a low down, dirty, scoundrel, sorry, funky ass slut bitch.
That's a very strong opinion. But let me pivot to this really quick. Okay, so whether you agree with him or not, I saw this girl on Instagram talk about where is it? She was wondering why. She said she realized here it is. This is fucking amazing. Now listen to this juxtaposition with this. Watch this now. Wait, I fucked it up. Let's pivot over to our next favorite social media platform, Twitter. This chick just realized why no guys want to marry her. Now listen, this chick just realized why no guys want to marry her. Let's see if I can make this full screen. Okay, here we go.
I just came to the realization why I'm single. Every guy that I'm like, oh yeah, he's attractive. Okay, this is not supposed to be offensive, but I see their wives and they just look like so like, you know, like not like this, just like, you know, like I pretend my tattoos are gone. Dude, I look crazy. Like that's why guys don't want to wife me up. And I just come to this realization today.
Wife me up today. I'm crazy. Look at my septum ring. Oh yeah. She loves anal. That is true. That is true.
She just hasn't found a dude that can handle it.
I couldn't look my boys in the eye. I couldn't look my boys in the eye and be like, yeah, put my dick in your mom's ass.
Your boys are gonna do it too.
No, Caleb, don't ever say that again.
Or maybe it's because all of them see me eat sushi after I get out of the grocery store in my car with my bare fingers.
Hell yeah, dude. That's my kind of chick. Me and my wife do that all the time.
Yeah, I'm fine with that too. I just take the wasabi and pinch it on there. But look at she has 2 fucking pieces of metal going in and out of one nostril. Yeah, I don't take you seriously. I think you're a fucking ass clown.
Come on.
And drink sweet tea.
Oh, I'm just an old man.
Yeah.
Oh no.
This chick's hot too, right? She seems fun. Like she'd be cool.
Yeah. She lifts weights.
Nice.
She eats sushi.
She got a good body. She works out.
That's right. She's
her eyes are white.
Yeah, she does have nice eyes. I'll tell you that.
I thought these men wanted like, you know, big, strong, tough girls.
If they don't want big, tough, strong girls, then they're pussies.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know.
She's conflating a lot of things, but like, hey man, like dudes don't want like dude, like your wife holds down a full-time job. Isn't that nice? What a nice.
Yeah, she's a fucking stud, dude.
Yeah, what a
She's
nice
a
thing.
savage.
Yeah, what a nice thing to have a woman that like.
She beats the shit out of anybody. Anybody in the department.
Yeah, how nice is
That's
that?
the kind of chick you want.
Yeah, she's not working on her sculpted eyebrows, fake lashes, multiple piercings, making a video in her car. Lost me.
You're old too.
I apologize on behalf of the Sevon podcast that Caleb's such an ageist. It is unlikely. It is unlike the openness of this podcast. It's only a matter of time before Caleb's true self came out. All right. I don't think there's going to be a second debate. I heard.
No, you don't think so?
I heard there was supposed to be September 8th, and there's no way. No way is anal winning. Are you kidding me?
I don't know. Let's look.
Oh, which is more gross? Anal. Okay.
Oh, wow. It only took you guys fucking half an hour to figure that out.
All right. Now, listen, that doesn't mean you shouldn't, you do what you have to do. Anal up. No judgment. I'm just saying it's gross. I'm sure there's some gross things I do. Like if I pick a booger
Yeah,
out
like the fact you have a
like in my
massive pinky fingernail.
Yeah, like my pinky nail. I'm okay with that. Or the fact that I spread chicken manure with my hand. Or when I pick my nose in the car, I wipe the boogers on my arm. And then when they're dry, I scrub them off. I think that's pretty gross. Jake Chapman, real men fuck ass. Wow. Wow.
I respect that, Jake. Bryson, I agree.
I think Bryson and Taylor fuck each other in the ass. Oh my God. 50,
I think Olivia's my new favorite chat right now.
Hey, so look at that means 51% of the people voted 50. Oh no.
Dang, somebody's gonna have to break this tie.
Oh no. Come on, fingernails. Clipping finger or anal. Click anal. Everyone click anal. What's more gross, anal or clipping fingernails?
Shit.
Someone's gonna DM Olivia before the show's over.
Shit. If they haven't already, they should.
I think she's got a dude. I think he might be a cop.
Yeah, I think she does too.
Maybe she's open-minded to that too. I don't know.
Oh, there we go. Broke the tie.
Thank you.
You guys suck.
Jake Chapman, who did that? Bernie Gannon said, "I finally found the election's big wedge issue." Oh my God! What if they were? What if they would have discussed that? When Trump said to him, "Yeah, but you banged a porn star," he should have said to Biden, "When's the last time you ejaculated?" Would have been my comeback. Oh no, 50-50 again. Hey, listen, clipping anal's never fallen below 50. And it cannot, and it will not on my watch. I haven't voted either. Maybe I should run over there and vote. Fucking A. This is tense.
You gotta break that tie.
Biden took naked showers with his daughter. Yep, fair enough.
Yikes.
Like older daughter, 15-year-old daughter. Yeah, my husband loves me. I bet he does.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh no. Oh no.
Damn.
Oh,
what is going on? This poll's getting crazy.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Everybody's voting with their second YouTube profiles.
Oh my God.
Jake Chapman, the real men have arrived.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. So September 8th was supposed to be the next one. I can't imagine it happening. All right. Oh, this one's kind of fun. For those of you who are confused at all, and I know like maybe one of you is confused on this in the chat. Pride has never been about like freedom or peace or love or any of that. It is 100% sex, and that's okay. I don't mind that. I don't mind like huge sex parties or huge sex. What are they? Celebrations. What are these called? Huge sex carnivals. Huge sex like you can have sex day, get fucked in the ass day. You can have homo day.
Pride month.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, Pride month. Yeah, but listen, this is tame. Like these are little kids around this guy with his ass out and a chain around it. These look at all the kids here. Look at this guy talking to these kids.
Oh my God.
Yeah. These are perverts and deviants, and I mean it in the best way, hanging out with kids. Look at this is just all kids, 4 little boys being introduced to that. And then these are all the things that they sell. Like you don't go to every time you go to a gay event, it's all sexual oriented. It's not like gay volleyball day or gay business attire day. It's always like a dude in ass chaps walking 2 other men who are on their hands and knees with a chain around their neck. Like there isn't like a gay engineering day. It's not like that. It's all around sex. Like this is like the norm. Like just like penis candles everywhere, bondage shit. There's no. Don't get to look at stuffed animals that are giant dildos, that are giant penises. Yeah, it's a recruitment drive. Yeah, so it's a safe place for gay adults to be and party and be sexual. I get it. Go have fun. Totally go have fun. Do your thing. Yeah, David, what are kids doing there? Exactly.
Great question.
Yeah. But dude, like I've been to 50 of these in my life and they're all like this. This is tame. I feel like I should go to one and take pictures. I fit in so well there too. There's a free vibe there. Everyone's having fun. But there's just tons of gross old dudes with their dicks out.
Christ.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm so normal when I go to one of those things. But it's fun. There's alcohol flowing. It's cool. But it's like when you see that flag up like in a preschool or in front of your fucking elementary school or just anywhere besides like a bar, like you should be freaked out. Grooming festival, yeah. But it used to not be that way. At least I never noticed it before. Maybe I didn't have kids, that's why. Jake Chapman, I don't like anal. I've been to 50 pride parades. Yeah, they're fun. It's cool. I mean, I haven't been to one in years. But I used to love the Love Fest and all that shit in San Francisco. That shit was dope. It was wild. You see some crazy belligerent shit. People climbing lampposts naked and tons of like naked trannies.
Nowadays, all you have to do is to go to San Francisco and you just.
I'm not grossed out by that either. Like guys will send me like these videos like of like some super hot chick getting out of like a spa topless, you know, and she's like smoking and then she stands up and she has a penis. I'm not even like, whatever. I'm cool with it.
Oh my God.
Like it's supposed to freak you out. Whatever. He's talking about you, Sevi, not him. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Ken. I didn't pick up on that. I don't like anal. I've been to 50 pride parades. Yeah, I know he's talking about me. The fuck you think?
You just want to make sure you're aware.
Yeah.
Want to make sure you're in on the joke. You know, sometimes not so much.
All right. Oh my God, 3 hours and 13 minutes. I knew it was gonna be fun. I thought for a second I was getting bummed. I thought you weren't gonna come on.
Yeah, it was. That was close. We got pulled into some bullshit. So.
Okay. Tomorrow, Kill Taylor. Oh, tonight's the
CrossFit Games Update Show.
Yeah, tonight's CrossFit Games Update Show. I don't know what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
It's kind of lame, my CrossFit Games Update show, because it's really you know Spin's done 50 3 consecutive shows now with John Young and Tyler Watkins.
Yeah.
And so I think they're the ones coming on with me today. So it's kind of just my show's just a ripoff of the Spin Show. What is more gross? Clipping fingernails. Oh, fuck. 52. Listen to this. Listen, you fuck nuts. So disappointed in you assholes. 52. Well, it just shows me that I have a lot of work to do. 51% on myself. You're fired, Caleb. You're fired. Clip fingernails. What's more gross? Clipping fingernails on the kitchen table. 51% of the people say that's grosser than anal. Oh, please. You're so proud of yourself.
Truth will set you free.
We won. I don't think Shut Up and Scribble is on. Wasn't that on yesterday?
That was on yesterday. Yeah, that's a Thursday show.
Okay.
Right.
Oh shit! Olivia swayed the vote. Oh, I thought she said she swayed your vote. I'm not saying that they're. I'm not saying that. Speaking of swaying vote, I'm not saying that there's no one that could sway my. If in my younger years, if in my younger years, someone would have said, "Hey, put it in my ass," maybe I would have. I'm not. It's not like
if you would have broke the seal earlier, you probably would have been a convert. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like there's no way there's nothing I would do. No one could convince me it's okay to do fentanyl right now. I'm terrified of it. You know what I mean?
So anal's as bad as fentanyl then?
I'm just saying
at this point in time in your life.
Like I would have anal before I would jump out of an airplane with a parachute. Like I have no interest in that.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not interested in skydiving.
Sure. Okay.
Sevi trying to red pill, but he winds up brown pilling the viewers. 50-50. Come on. Come on, baby. Pedro, next week on Around the Whiteboard, Pedro will be asking them to debate the anal and fingernail debate. Hey, you don't know how excited I was when I came up with this idea last night as a topic of conversation.
Premeditated, huh?
Yeah, I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. I was just thinking about my buddy who's just always talking about anal, and I'm like, this is crazy. And he's grossed out by fingernails. This is crazy. And I was like, oh shit, content.
Everything is content.
Jake Chapman taps his inner Shakespeare. Anal's like going to the moon. Only a few men do it, but those who do get the best view. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Okay, we're going to leave it at that.
I think the one highlighted is the one that's winning right now. So I think the fingernails is the one that's winning right now.
Oh, really? Is that how it works? You've seen it switch? You've seen that black line around go?
Yeah, whatever has the bold border around it, I think is the one that's winning.
Jake is a hero. All right. 50-50. That we're going to leave it at that. With a slight edge, according to Caleb, that people think cutting your fingernails is grosser than anal. It shows how far away I'm disconnected from my base. And how the fuck is God chosen some of you guys and not me? Because Lisa, Miss Ridow, a great question. How if it's 50-50, because there's not an even number of votes, and that thing that it's got some new, like some, it doesn't go out to the decimals, I guess. And so if there's 113 votes, someone has to be winning, and it's that one, according to Caleb. All right. We'll see you guys tonight for the CrossFit Games Update show. Love you guys. Bye-bye.